Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. So I creep, yeah, just keep it on the down low. No one even has. Supposed to know? Has to know, whatever. I need to subscribe to your parents, Twilla. I need some African in my life. Yeah, for sure. Do you speak African? Do you speak... Twilla, you're Cameroonian, correct? I think I got that right? You don't know?
Cameroonian?
Wait a second. You don't know Twilla's roots?
Yeah, I know she's from Cameroon, but I don't know if it's Cameroonian.
It's definitely Cameroonian. Right?
Cameroonian.
It sounds stupid when I say it out loud now.
Yo.
Is it Cameroonian?
No. Is this Kai right here? Is it Kai or
Kai
K?
say?
K-H-Y. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember. I was a huge fan of Tube Galore.
Yeah, man. I love Tube Galore, too.
Are you familiar with Tube Galore?
We talked about this in the writer's room once.
Oh,
Dan was like, I used Tube Galore. I was like, you too?
Oh, boy. Tube Galore is we're not getting sponsored for this at all.
We should, though.
Yeah. But Tube Galore.
Haven't got some in a while. Need to beat it. Tube Galore. Mm-hmm. Dion, the funniest brother I know.
Who was that?
Whenever... This is CMD Shimmy. Dion's the funniest brother I know. Whenever I see he's a guest on Squadcast or Daddy Issues, I'm locked in. There it is.
That's dope. CMD.
See, people were hating Dion was in his feelings because he was getting a lot of.
I was.
Yeah,
I don't like the comment section.
Yeah.
It's as hard as you try to ignore it. You can put it inside the whole pause. Put it look like this. Look.
Huh?
Put it in here. Inside the crack. Pause.
What are you talking about?
Slide the whole thing inside the crack. There's a leg.
I don't know what that means.
Pick up the whole sandbag.
Uh-huh.
You see there's 3 legs, right?
On the sandbag?
On the C-stand.
Put it in what hole?
Slide it inside the crack of the couch.
Why don't you just say that? Put it in the hole. What do you mean?
What other hole is optional?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's still not fault. Put the weight.
I got it.
Jesus, yo.
I'm sick of Dion, man. This is the last episode. We're not making it to 100. This is it. I'm so sick of that. This is why nobody likes you on these shows.
You know what is really is hard is you really do have to look at the comments and just be like,
it doesn't bother me.
But it does.
You ever watch Rocky 3?
All of them.
There's a saying I've always said for years, and he's training, and he finally gets in this fight, and is like, no pain, no pain, no pain. When I see comments, no pain. Mm-hmm. They'll go like, man, Chaz's head, he's so loud, he's no pain. It means nothing to me.
What? Here's a good discussion. As an entertainer, you have to comb through your haters, your people that disagree with you, but also find your audience. Mm-hmm. But the point is, you have to find your audience. Mm-hmm. But finding your audience is essentially reading those comments of, you're trash. Why is this still on the show?
Whoa. Who
keeps booking him? You can't be like...
Dion's reading this in real time, by the way.
Yeah, it is that I think that the comments don't bother me. What bothers me is I don't want the people that book me to be affected by that, because a lot of people make decisions according to the audience. As in, like, if they were, my friends, they'd be like,
not bring him back.
Yeah, they'd be like, dude, a lot of people they're not feeling these right here, man. So people keep saying, why you keep booking him? Why is he on the show? You can't be like, because I hate y'all.
But then there's probably more of people like, we love Lack. Oh, that's what I see. So Lack on this episode is about to get crazy.
Yeah.
People tuning in.
I'm fine with that.
Well, those are the good ones.
Yeah.
You got to be fine with the bad ones too.
Yeah.
They mean nothing.
On Squadcast, it's a lot more views and tones. Mm-hmm. somebody be like, I see Deion's face, I log off. Oh God, why do y'all keep putting him on the show?
Yeah.
Another one was like,
You're a good time though.
but then on the flip side, somebody be like, man, at this point, Deion Lack is not a guest. He is one of us. All right, so stop saying he's one of the guests. Like, stop. I was like, yeah, oh,
How
he's
often
a
do you
six
do
man.
Squadcast like a couple times a month, don't you?
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
Been reduced.
I think this is what happened. This is the Deion Lack telling the world what happened.
Okay.
And this is all in my head.
So you haven't been on in a while.
I've been on there once this year.
Okay.
Right. So last year, all last year, I was on Squadcast maybe at a 52 weeks, maybe 40.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Heavy Squadcast.
It's once a week.
Yeah, once a week, every Monday. At the rap party of Squadcast, I was like, hey, at this point, I should be a part of the show. I went to a representative who has the power to do this, and I was like, hey, the people like me. I would really like to get this last spot, because I'm always.
It's a rotating last spot.
Essentially, but what happened was CP was working. He's works on a TV show and he's a writer and stuff, so he comes in when he can. So I was always replacing him. So I was like, and he was like, he's not coming back. So then they started taking him off the thumbnail. So it was just 4 versus 5. So I was like, hey, I really want to get this spot, man. I was like, at this point, it'd be a pay increase, and I would love to have this as my lock-in Monday. And it was like, okay. And then after that, it was like a month that we shoot in bulk because we're planning for the holidays for like Christmas and we shooting like chunks, so we preparing for those Mondays. And after that, I don't know if that was like, who do you think you talking to? I don't know what happened after that discussion. It was like, no.
So has there been one person on there this time, or has it been like a rotation?
It's been a chunk of new people every time. As in, like, before we pull the trigger, let's see how other people work out.
Yeah. Have you talked to anybody? Like, hey, just following up. Just following up on that request.
No.
If anybody can see this email.
Yeah. No. I mean, the person I know I can talk to directly. I don't need to do an email. But what I don't want is, just tell me the truth, man. They don't like you, bro. That's the truth. Would you want to hear that, or would you want to just be left in the dark?
It wouldn't bother me so much if they say they didn't like you, because then I'm like, huh, good. Like, I just need to hear the honesty. Yeah.
If you break it up, you need to hear why.
I don't need to hear why. I don't need to hear, like, this is why I don't want to be with you anymore. Right? Because I'm going to be like, whoa, hey.
Yeah.
But if you just go like, if it's basic enough, if you tell me they didn't like you, if someone was just like, hey, listen, I just don't love you, I'm more than happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear what happened, what went wrong. I don't need to hear all that.
So I know you and Yo are married. So she's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Would you be like, why? You need to know.
That part would bother me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey man, that's very. I don't think I feel like
you need to hear why?
I would, for us to be divorcing.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening.
Trust me, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I've been putting up with this. I think it's just best that we just separate.
Because then I'm just gonna assume you're seeing somebody. Because then I get to assume whatever I want to assume,
you can
right?
Assume whatever you want, sweetheart.
That's more than fine.
But I have to get.
Then I get back on daddy issues the next day. So find out my wife's a whore. That's just what we do. Just whore around town.
Whoring.
I just like, you can't leave space for people not to know why for stuff. And I don't think it has to be any deep, but like if she was like, hey, I just don't love you anymore, more than fine to hear that. I'm like, I don't need to hear anything else.
Yeah. Especially if you're not happy, you be like, cool.
Yeah, all right. But man, I go like, for people to say, hey, Chaz, I don't like you, way more people do than don't.
Yeah.
And then same, if some girl was like, I don't love you more, I'm like, how many more views are out there?
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Like, I chose you. I ain't gonna choose another.
Yeah, I think I should hit the homie up and see why. I was like, hey, man, where I go? Because I came back. It was mad last minute. I'm talking like Sunday, 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, tomorrow, can you do Squadcast? I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
Mm.
So it was
like he was doing coke right there. When he asked, hey, can you do it?
yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so like I felt like somebody couldn't do it last minute. Mm-hmm. So I usually get like at least.
They were like, let's call our little whore.
Whore.
He's up. Hey, big head.
Whore.
Deion said, you want to come over? I'll make you some chicken.
Yeah.
Deion, they treat you like this at 3 a.m.
And every Monday I'd be like, who's on here? Who replaced me? Mm-hmm. Even though I was never the. I don't know what happened because. The 5 on there, 3 of them will reach out to me to be like, "Hey, can you work for me? Can you come in? Can you come in like that?" I was like, "Huh, this is odd that none of them has reached out to say can." I was like, "What happened? Hey, don't reach out to him no more."
That's what it starts to feel like. You go like, "Is this some kind of conspiracy?"
Yeah, right. But then also. I got reached out to. Mm-hmm. So I was like, so I'm not like totally banned or whatever.
What time did they reach out to you?
Huh?
Was that last one was 11?
Yeah. That was the last time. That was like 2 or 3 months ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Dang. Like, there's always Deion. Mm-hmm. You gotta make yourself unavailable. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Taking my talents elsewhere.
Man, so here's the thing. Thank you for saying this, Eric. I told you you ever done Squadcast before?
I've never done it. Meg was like, let's keep some episodes. I never heard back.
Who's that?
Meg.
Yeah. So when it comes to Squadcast, you always gotta do like this. You gotta answer like this because they are roasters as well. Mm-hmm. So we never roast each other unless we just in a scenario.
Right.
So we're having organic conversations and what ifs and acting stuff out. But when you're on Squadcast, you gotta be like this always like. If Chaz says something about my green sweater, I'm gonna say he looks like, you look like wearing a grill with, what I'm saying. I gotta figure out a way to make it.
I feel like you've been wanting to say that one. Looks like we just made up.
Yeah.
Call somebody really.
Yeah. So they are all, and the thing is, when you get caught off guard, when you're trying to finish your thoughts, you be like, no. So the reason why I wouldn't work for the Biden administration because you're fat, you'd be like. What? And now everybody like, yeah, you look like a type. And I was like, okay, I gotta scrap my thoughts. What I'm about to say. And I fumble a lot. When it's 5 people, and when you try to like jumping into like a jump rope, you be like, nothing came out my mouth, did it?
It's like you're just having a stroke. What happened?
What are they talking about up in here? They going crazy.
We love you, man. We love Lack, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
Your face is offensive. Why didn't
Oh boy.
I make sure I watch Squadcast when Deion is on. There you go.
Who was that?
That's LaShonda G.
Hey, thank you, LaShonda.
T. Jesse said the face drawing.
Yeah, comment, man. Tell the people. Fight for me in the comments.
Yeah, everybody campaign to bring you back. Moyo, read all the love comments. If you're going to read the haters, promise you it outweighs it. There you go. Eric Doug, what's up, bro? Says Lulu bullied Deion off Squadcast. Off Squadcast. She said she bullied you off.
The thing is, when you strike back at Lulu, she don't let it go. Mm-hmm. It was not like a tit for tat. Like, yeah, you dingbat. And I'm like, man, shut up. That's why you look like the villain from Dick Tracy. Mm-hmm. The flat top.
Okay.
So she was like, oh, you. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Now I got to keep thinking of more stuff. So it's like, yeah, Lulu's a person. And she's from New York. So it's a lot of harsh. It's like when a woman cuss you out, it hurts. Like, you ever heard was it Yamanika from New York? Mm-hmm. She is a great cusser. Yeah.
That's funny. Happy to see a lot of love for Deion in the comments. Yeah, man. CMD. Radio silence. If it don't fit, something better is in the horizon. That's right, Moyo. Come on, man. Moyo says marriage and a podcast is totally different, though. That's not true. Don't think that's a fair comparison. Super fair. When someone tells you have what? When someone tells you, damn it. When someone tells you have they feel about you, it should be relieving. What are you trying to say right there, CM?
Well, she's probably saying like
when someone tells you have they feel about you. When someone tells you how they feel about you, it should be relieving. Okay, a random houseless man on the street once told me. Okay, I got you. You about to get all of you to boycott? You about to get all of your boycotts?
all us.
Get all. Oh, I see that. It's fixing later. Okay. Low chemo. You have something in the chamber. Double Dutch pour lack. You be trying to hop in there. The dingbat will break you.
Yeah, I still remember that. It was unnecessary. I was like,
Well, she called you a dingbat?
Yeah, it was just like, and then there's a girl who watches Squadcast, and she does the best of.
Okay.
Her name is Chaz Jones.
Okay.
And she does the best of anything, like the best of Dion, like the best of Patrick Cloud, and then she also like Dion's flubs, Dion's roast. Everyone roasting Chaz. I mean, CP. And it's like, oh, she's good. I don't even know how you sit around and just collect this stuff. You know?
Yeah. Did she get a lot of views off of it?
Yes.
It pays her bills.
Yeah.
She's like, I just got to sit down and watch Squadcast and take some notes here and there.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, let me see.
The fact that you can make money off other people's content is crazy to me.
Bananas.
I just never understand.
Let me see.
She didn't want to swear. Yes, Chaz Jones. But it's crazy, dog. Like, you don't have to do anything. I can literally watch other people do stuff, remix it, do something else with it, and make money off of it. Doesn't pay to be a creator.
So she got Squadcast roasting Dion Lack for 30 minutes.
16,000 views. Nice. How many views you got? 8,000? Okay.
She got 13,000 subscribers.
Dang. But how you get more than me talking about me? That's crazy.
Right.
My Instagram has been growing steadily. I gotta figure out why my YouTube isn't growing again. It was growing for a while, then it got stuck somewhere. So you gotta figure it out again. But I finally hit 7,000 followers on IG. Could have been doing this a long time ago.
Well, so what do you think it changed?
When that video hit?
Oh, the one you didn't tag me on. That's what's up.
The one I didn't tag Dion in blew up. I felt so bad, though, because at first it wasn't really doing much.
Yeah.
And then it started creeping, and it just started getting shared all over.
That's
and then I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then it's at like 1.2 million right now.
I'm soft.
And I was like, damn, dog. The one, I think there might have been like maybe 2 or 3 ever that I didn't tag you on, or like whatever I did wrong.
Yeah, you probably did tag versus invite.
Yeah.
Collaborate.
Because you'll tell me like, hey, you need, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But that was the one.
And once it's up, it's up. I don't really care.
And you can't change it. Like, and so I was like,
Yeah.
My bad, dog.
Because it's funny is you'll see like a streak of people liking the hashtag. Thank you for putting the hashtag down there. So it's great that you doing the hashtag Lackaroni and Chaz and the page.
Yeah.
So people can find the both of us.
Yeah.
I also need to go back through all the episodes and find things that's catering to me that make me look good, because Chaz be making me like the butt of the joke.
The one that I just put out was on me being wild.
Let me tell you something. No, I'm telling you, you are never vulnerable in these episodes.
This is not true.
I promise you.
This is not true.
I cannot.
This is what happens. When we talking about whatever. Dion was like, yo, did you ever try to suck a fart out of a butt? And then we're off to the races.
No.
And then Dion would be like, why are you posing? Like, no, you said it.
I did say it, but what I'm saying is, like, you'll find a clip that makes me look wild, ignorant, stupid. It's funny, but Chaz be like, Dion, what are you talking about? And then people be like, I hate Dion. Like, because I'm like, this is me trying to figure out my thoughts or trying to flush my idea out. I'm like, hold on, I'm trying to think if it should be like this. You like, Dion, I've never heard something as dumb as my life.
Wait. I don't do things where you're trying to figure out stuff. You will have the salad versus salad. right?
Yeah.
These are thoughts.
Yeah.
Do you think that Pangea was around when the Bible was around? These are your actual, when you're talking about patience, like, no, it's called practice. I go like, these are Dion's actual thoughts.
Right. I'm trying to figure it out.
It's not you trying to figure it out. You're like, that's why they call it practice, man. And then first I thought you was joking. And I was like, oh, Dion's wild. He's like, because then I was like, oh, Dion.
and you're the straight man the whole time.
Straight man. And then on Daddy Issues, it's very different.
Yeah.
I go, Dion outwilds me.
Yeah.
Person to person.
Man. Cause you know what's funny on Daddy Issues?
Me and Craig were wild today.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. We talked about smashing monkeys and apes and whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody was in there. This is a very Dion episode. The ghost of Lack is in here.
The thing is, I ain't talked about sex on Daddy Issues in many months.
It's just already dirty Dion.
I'm burned in the system.
Dirty Dion is tattooed in between your cheeks. It's dirty on one side.
I need to refine the episode where I said, do you try to be cool when you bust in front of a girl?
Dang, I can't remember that one. Eventually, I got to go through all those, too. It's too much to go through.
Man.
Dion, you be wild. Proof is in the rewatch. Yeah, Dion, like, I'm like, when I watch the video again, I go like, yo, I laugh so hard. I go like, gotta put this one up.
Yeah.
I love that about when Dion be on Daddy Issues. He's the calculated wild card. Yeah, man. Yeah, little baby Chaz stalker. Yeah, we talked about me being a stalker today. Talked about a lot of things,
You a stalker?
Yeah, I was a stalker.
Oh, with the girl with the Chinese food?
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that today. Her loss, baby. That's the episode when Dion almost killed Keon. Oh, yeah. Hey, Dion, ask Chaz the bear or man in a forest question. I would like to hear his answer. The bear and forest question?
Yeah. Great. I was getting there was a lot of women in the chat yesterday. And there's a viral clip that's going on right now that a person, I'm not going to say the gender, a person was asking a bunch of women, if you were lost in a forest,
I was lost in a forest?
It was asking a bunch of women.
Oh, okay.
You're viewing this.
Okay.
You're just viewing this.
Okay.
A person was asking a bunch of women,
okay,
if you were lost in the forest, who would you want to be lost with, a bear or a man?
Okay.
All the women in this clip said the bear.
Okay.
Twilla was pushing the idea of, I understand why women don't want to be around man. I agree. And I said, I think the issue is, this is a person that's trying to push that men are dangerous. If it was 100 women being asked this question, I'm going to pull all the clips of I'd rather be with the bear. She's like, no, I hear what you're saying, but listen, this clip has gone viral of a lot of women asking the same question to women. Who would you be in the woods with, a bear or a man? Again, all these clips are saying the bear. I said, you can reason with the man. You cannot reason with the bear. You don't know what a man can do. You really don't know what a bear can do. And me and Twilla did the pros and cons of a bear.
Okay.
And now of a bear and a man. It was like, men are dangerous. They can beat you, rape you, abuse you. Hold on. Why is Twilla calling?
Answer.
Hold on. You're in the chat.
Yo, but you were looking.
What? What do you want to talk about?
No, because you set it up wrong.
Okay, give it to us.
Go for it.
Okay, it wasn't one clip with a lot of women answering a question. It was a trend. One person asked the question to a woman, if you were alone in the woods, would you rather be alone with a man knowing there's another man in the woods, or knowing that there's a bear in the woods? So that was the question. This video trend, because it's not, again, one video of women answering this viral thing. It's women answering the trend and giving their answers or commenting in the videos, commenting below. And there was an overwhelming amount of women that said, I'd rather be alone in the forest with a bear.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, that I asked Dion, is if your daughter or your wife was alone in the woods, who would you rather her be alone in the woods with, a man or a bear? That was the question.
Okay. Do I get to ask questions about this, or is it just a random dude and a random bear?
A random dude and a random bear. You don't know. You don't know what the bear will do. You don't know what the man will do. It's just you're taking a risk.
Off of taking a risk, I probably have to go with the man because we're talking about a wild bear.
A bear in the woods, yeah.
Like a.
You can't just give a description. You can't description to the man either. You don't know what's about to happen to the man. You don't know what's about to happen to the bear.
I would think that my daughter or wife has a better chance of surviving until I get there if I had to deal with a man versus a bear. That would be my idea that I'm trying to rescue them somewhere. But a bear, I'm pretty sure, like grizzly bears eat their own cubs if there's no food around or something like that. Like now I understand for women that a lot of men who are supposed to protect you have hurt a lot of women. There's a lot of women. There's an unknown amount, but we know it's vast, and the majority of some man has hurt, threatened a woman in some way, especially ones who are fathers, brothers, cousins, friends, coworkers. Those are very real cases. So I understand why women say the bear. Because we can always be like, oh, there's good dudes out there, right? Which there are for sure, right? And
you can say there's no hungry bears out there.
Well, I mean, like we know that, right? We're like, well, we know it. But I can honestly tell you, bro, like there is, like even with that Chinese story, there's some girl thinks I'm a stalker out there. Like I was stalked once, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, I'm a good guy, Mm-hmm. But it's like there are plenty of women who have it's too many times men have failed women since the dawn of time. That is 100% true. So I can see why. I mean, I don't honestly think that a bear might be a realistic answer in that sense if you were face to face with one. But yet, I see why women feel just as threatened. They are just as threatened from a bear. And if you're probably a woman and you're being threatened, you probably want the bear to end it quickly than what a man would do to you. So I can understand why more women would definitely say, a bear over a man. That makes complete sense to me.
That's it. That's all. Thank you, Chaz.
Yeah, that makes it. I get that answer 1,000%. But we're never going to experience that. We're going to take the woman over the bear every time. We'll take another man over the bear every time, right? I can take this. Can't take this right. This bear, but man, like too many times, dude. Too many times that women are supposed to feel safe with a man have been hurt by that dude. Too many times. Right. Drugged by strangers, like those too many stories.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
People of power, people who are their bosses. Too many times. It's. I get to understand that women's trust in men should be pretty much zero.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're not my actual father, who was a good father to me, then like there's not a lot of dudes you can actually trust. Mm-hmm. Trust. Like. You're gonna keep me safe. You're never gonna hit me. Yeah. That's very much the truth. I get that.
So if your daughter Izzy is someone going off of what somebody said in the comment section.
I'm hanging up now.
Okay, bye. Somebody said, oh, it already went away. Somebody deleted it.
What did they say? Do you remember?
Well, I was gonna give it more scenario versus now. If your daughter is, I think Jesse said it. If your daughter 25, she's an adult, right? Mm-hmm. And it smells like, your daughter is in this mysterious little woods, and we have to. The kidnapper said, we got to release either this man or this bear. You be like, all right, I'm on my way. Release which one you say? We got to.
I mean, you know, men and women think differently. I'm using logical brain,
Mm-hmm.
right? Logical brain says release the man,
Yeah,
not the bear.
I'm with you.
Logical brain says my daughter has a better chance of fighting off a man, finding rescue, finding shelter, getting away.
Right.
If it turns that way,
But we don't know. Again, we don't know what this man is. Not say he
Right.
could be. He could be here to help.
he could be.
Right.
But I would also tell my daughter, like, hey, you keep a close eye on him.
Right. For sure. For sure. So
I would tell them don't trust him.
So yesterday we had this discussion. Sure, I don't know this bear.
Right.
I don't know this man. The difference is the worst thing that can happen is they both can murder you.
Right.
Right. Second thing, they both can maul you, beat you. Right. Third thing, eat you, rape you. Right. Third thing is Fourth is like the bear is running out of options. They're not going to like he can be cool now.
No,
What's the other one?
because if a dude is willing to rape this girl, then it's a vagina supply. It's a power supply. It's a thing that he never ever has to. He can mentally, physically her up for the longest. He can train her. He's gonna physically overpower her probably most of the time. So she is automatically in danger. You know.
I said the worst thing.
The worst thing is to be raped repeatedly every single day.
Yeah.
Right. That's the worst thing. Then at that, if that's the thing, then you want to take the bear. Right.
Yeah.
You have to be like, hey, kill me, then dealing this. The other hope is that you can fight this long enough that you can get out.
Right.
Like there's the hope of that, you know?
Right.
But there's no one who's going to be signed up to just take that every single day and not, you know, at that point, death becomes the way out, you know? In the same sense of Cassie trying to escape.
Yeah.
Right? Like who knows how bad that got, right? So I understand that aspect from women. It isn't, and it makes complete sense to me,
Right.
why a woman would choose the bear.
Because so what I'm trying to say is they both had bad cons, right? Can you answer that?
No, but the one is worse.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the pros. There's not a lot of pros for the bear. You could say he could just be cool, and hopefully he can hunt other.
If he's a hungry bear, this is what I'm thinking. I go like, the worst is the hungry bear who can murder and maul my child.
What I'm saying is, what is the pros for the bear? This is what I was trying to get at, but I kept getting cut off. We did the cons, the things that the worst thing that can happen, right? I get raping is really bad. I get it. The pros for both. What is the pros for the bear? He's not going to just be like, hey, he cuddles with me, right? The pros for the guy is.
Wait, you thinking the pros of the bears to cuddle with me?
I don't know what's the pro of having a bear around.
There's no pro having a bear around.
I got it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was doing the pros and cons for the bear and the guy. So now the pros for the guy is
Okay.
he's super cool.
Okay, I got you.
We're figuring out how to get out of here. We're hunting food. We fell in love.
Okay, he can carry this dead deer back.
Right. When it comes to a bear, there's no pros. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I was going there. I was like, I get it. These are the bad things that can happen when it comes to a bear and a man.
Yeah.
I got it. Bad. I agree it's bad. Now let's flip it on the other side. What are the pros for both of these things?
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
It's definitely gonna be a different answer for us as men.
I know.
And
Can't get out of it.
But historically, it's our fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna take so many years to undo that. There's too many shitty dudes to have women be trustworthy. And it's getting more and more untrustworthy. And it makes complete sense to me. You know.
Oh, they going crazy in the comments.
Oh, what are they saying?
Hold on, over here. We got right here.
The bear.
Right here.
But a random man? Nah, dog. For me personally, at least, this is a boogaloo. For me personally, at least I know the bear is acting out of pure instinct and no malice. Anything harmful the man does means he's evil because he actively chooses to do something awful, fully knowing right from wrong. Moyo says, I've been hurt by men that actually love me. Some random, nah, dog. I mean, I get that too. Jesse says, you can't trust your own father. You don't know. Hopefully, Boogaloo says, also more often than not, animals will leave you alone if you keep away with no eye contact. It's not in their instinct to be confrontational because that puts their survival at risk. And bears rarely eat people. Twilla says a dude can do all that, and then when the women leave the woods, and then the society will ask her what she had on. That turns into a complex PTSD. For sure, it turns into complex PTSD. That I understand as well. That's what I'm saying. It's like physically and mentally, emotionally danger with man for an extended period of unforeseen period of time. Yeah, the bear can leave you alone. Dion's thighs right here. Yeah, boy, that's the bear. All he can do is kill me. I'm done in 15 minutes. The end. That's a long mauling. If that bear is mauling you for 15 minutes, he is just playing with you, dog. You got to take yourself out at that point. Yeah. That's a long time. One bear swipe, that's enough to kill you. I seen The Revenant. Man, 15 minutes of getting chewed out and claw. The bear, all he can do, okay, I've been in the forest. Bears won't mess with you. If he isn't hungry or threatened, unforeseen, undetermined amount of time. Yeah, you gotta like hunt for that bear in you. Like, here's your fish, bro. Leave me alone. You gotta hunt for him? Yeah, here you go. Leave me alone. Best case is the bear starts singing like the Jungle Book. Who said that? Yo, that's so funny. Moyo says, talk your talk, Chaz. I don't know which part you're saying, but yeah. Bears are omnivores. Y'all, they have more options of forests outside of meat. Yes and no. I mean, I seen that bear take down a whole... Omnivore means to eat both, right? Yeah, they do have options, okay. Hopefully he lives by a nice stream and he can just go eat those fish and whatnot. Fast compared to weeks or months of man abuse. Yeah, I get that answer. My thing is always like, I want you alive. Like, I want my wife or my daughter to be alive. I don't want her to be mauled by. Yeah, you don't want to be traumatized by either one. Mm-hmm. You know, I just think about survival rate, compare a man to a bear. I mean, because that question makes it sound like you're going to be face up to one-on-one. It doesn't sound like we're just roaming around in the woods. Right. That's what it sounds like. If you had to come face to face with a strange guy in the woods versus a bear in the woods, I go like, you don't know what is, yeah. I go like, bear attacks. It's not a lot of survival for my 5-year-old, right? You know, and I hope the other side is, you know, you do run into a decent enough dude who's not so.
Because it's also I've seen hiking videos when a woman specifically is on the trail and she's like, ah, and they start backing up, bear, ah. But when a man is crossing, they're like, ah. It's like, what are you doing? Ah. You ever see the person
scaring the man off?
You see him backing up with the bear's like, hey man, I'm just trying to get to my house.
Hey man, it's weird. It's weird to even approach a woman on something on like at night or something. Yeah. You go like, hey, excuse me. You go from way far back. No. Excuse me. Voice all high. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's real. I have, man, me being a tall black man with a hoodie, man. I go across the street when I see a woman by herself.
For sure. No problem.
I don't want to. I don't know how triggered you are. It's like, I don't know if you got a pepper spray on at the ready. Right. Yeah.
I mean, we're there. I leave women far alone. She could be about to step into traffic, about to get hit by a car. I'm about to go in there and say,
it sucks that I care about them more than I care about me being on time. Mm-hmm. I remember a couple of times I'm walking towards an elevator. I see a woman on the elevator by herself. I said, I'm not. I'll just take the next elevator. Yeah. It's like, I'll just be late.
Right.
I know this is 40.
And you know what sucks? This is weird. You'll be on the elevator with a woman. She's going to square up to you. Yeah. You know, she might be in the corner, but her body is towards you. You're just like.
Yeah, I get it. I'm like, I don't, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, whoever.
But it's not like it's the most constant thing since men and women got here. Yeah. Is to abuse women.
That's crazy.
It's.
Don't quote me on this. Uh-huh. But up until like 1920, it was totally normal to beat women. It was.
I feel like it was normal until like 60s,
but
70s.
When they started to kind of have rules, they're like, don't do this.
Women rights started abolished going on. They were like, hey, us too.
Right.
Before it was Me Too, it was us too.
Yeah, that's why wife beaters was a thing. the actual jersey of wife beaters was a thing. It's like this was 100 years ago. That was totally normal. Like put her in place, which is crazy. Like remember one like The Color Purple?
Yeah,
you got to beat her. That was normal.
Wild stuff.
I mean, the fact that it's rape and pillage, that was a part of a thing. As in, like, hey, after you get done pillaging it, make sure you. It's like that was a package deal.
It was a package deal. They invented whole cultures off of rape.
Crazy.
Welcome Mexicans.
So I get it.
The Spaniards came over.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there's only so much you can do. You got to be like the one good guy. You're just like I'm not like.
You sound more guilty.
No, I'm not.
Hey, I promise you, I'm
one of the good ones.
I won't pillage or rape.
No, I get it. And then it's like, and you know, even for my kid, man, I'm always just like, yeah, you gotta learn how to defend yourself. Like, you gotta learn how to fight dirty. Yeah. Like
both of my daughters got pepper spray.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna teach Izzy. Hey, shoot, stab that. Figure it out in court. We'll figure it out in court.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Yeah, that's a bar. What if in the reverse, like fathers are teaching their daughters to have pepper spray and weapons, and then on the flip side, there is like fathers teaching their sons, like when she pepper spray you, you do this.
As far as like, hey, open your eyes through it, son.
It's like, listen, when she pepper sprays you, you got to know the push through.
No pain. That's crazy. Being abused by a man could make you want to unalive yourself because you see no way out. Yeah, I get that. For you, not for her, complex PTSD that affects your health. Long term causes early death, shortened lifespan by 25 years. If the bear kills you, park rangers will likely take them out. If a man assaults you, plus the witnesses, you probably won't get justice of any kind.
Ooh, bars.
That's much more recent than 100 years. Yeah, probably or parents' generation. Facts, boogaloo. My dad taught me kill moves as a child. I know the first hand my baby girl got hands. Dion, I dare you to ask your daughters.
I will. I'm gonna do it right now. Good idea.
Yeah, and then like you hope that your kids haven't experienced that, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's why when I had my daughter, I was like, oh boy, this is tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her right now.
'Cause then I gotta murder everybody. Hey, baby.
Hi, Father.
Question. We are on the podcast right now, okay?
Okay.
And Chaz is going to ask you a question. Okay?
Why am I asking this question?
Because, okay, I was at, because I want to feel like I'm catering to say, wouldn't you?
We need 12s back to put this question back into place.
Yeah?
Did somebody write it down the right way?
Yeah. Right. So here's the question. If you were lost in the woods.
I wouldn't be going in the woods to get lost.
Well, true.
You said what?
I wouldn't go into the woods to get lost.
But let's say you were driving and the tire blew and you swerved into the woods.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you got thrown into the woods, okay? Now, in this scenario, you're in the woods, you're wandering around, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have either the choice A or choice B. You can either come face to face with a bear or you can come face to face with a strange man. Which one would you rather?
Why'd you add strange?
Because it's got to be a stranger. Not a strange guy, but like a stranger, like a random guy. Which one would you rather have to encounter?
All right. Is it a full-grown bear or is it like a cub?
He's a full-grown grizzly bear, like 11 feet tall. But this is also a big, giant grown man.
And is this man regular? I mean, not regular, as in like, has he lived in the?
You don't know.
Does he know the ropes?
You have no history of who this guy is. You just see a random bear or a random guy.
Whatever woods guy you can think of, that's the guy in your mind.
Well, as a woman, I think I would just take the bear.
Did you
At
think?
least because I'm not really into like possibly becoming a victim in a forest. I'd rather just get killed by a bear.
Wow.
That's exactly what we talked about.
Yeah. I didn't think he was gonna say the answer back. So that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right, baby. Talk to you
All
later.
right, good talk.
Bye-bye.
How does that make you feel to hear that?
She said, I'd rather not be a victim.
But how does that make you feel to hear that?
Well, she's pretty much saying just get it over with.
Right.
As in, like, both these people are dangerous.
Right.
And
That's crazy,
man,
dude. That's crazy.
That hurt my heart.
That's crazy.
I just got to love my girl more.
That's crazy,
Be a better
dude.
representation.
I mean, you know, if she ran into you, she'd be like, "Oh,
of course.
Thank God, Father, take down this bear." Right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy that, yeah, man, you literally. I get why women say it. Dudes have a trash track record.
Yeah. I'm gonna call yo.
No,
He said no.
I'm working.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
No, we believe you. We're not saying you guys are wrong. I 100% understand why a woman would choose that bear because that's the option. It's not like men give you a bunch of other options. Like every time you see a man, all the way, he always build you a cabin, right? It'd be very different.
Right.
They always treat you nice
hurt my
and
heart,
respectful. Is the track record is ass.
'Cause I think, man, I don't know if they think like
It's very sad.
I think people are thinking, would you rather be mauled? Would you rather be mauled by a bear or raped by a guy? I think that's what they're hearing.
Well, you go worst case scenario.
Yeah, I know that sucks, man. Because
Yeah.
like, hey, would you rather go like face to face or just be left in the woods with? And it's like, you don't know if this dude's like, hey, man, this dude was Jesus this whole time. You know,
He should have started with that. He was like, "Hey,
I'm Jesus."
sorry, I haven't talked to anybody in a long time."
And that hurts my heart because it's like all men is bad, essentially. That hurts my heart.
I don't think that it's all men are bad.
That's what they're getting.
I think that it's all men have the capability of being pure evil. All men have the capability of doing this.
Yeah.
And you hear way more stories. The fact that it's a possibility is crazy. And the fact that it's majority of women have been hurt, assaulted, or threatened by men. Majority. By people who are signed up to love them.
Right.
So it's not even like you can rely on the closest people to you.
Yeah.
There are people who would never want to see their father in the woods, who would never want to be there with their uncles in the woods, with their brothers in the woods, with their siblings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people who are like, I've been in encounters with so many dudes, so many men, and time again, how many times does a dude have to fail you?
Right.
You know?
Right. That hurts my heart.
Yeah, man. It's a real thing. And you know, even before having a daughter, you know, bro, I was a solid late 20s something before I started really listening to women. That sounds bad.
Right.
But when women started telling me all these stories, I was like, this can't be true.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of good dudes. And there are way more trash dudes than good women for sure.
It'd be wild to hear if they ask a gay guy.
You're dumb. All right, let me ask you. Here's an honesty question. Have you ever, which I already know the answer, is yes. Have you ever manipulated a woman to get what you want?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right?
I'm not trying to justify it.
No, but we're not. But we know, you know, your depths of treachery aren't as bad as some others, right? But this is inherent in us.
Right.
It is like, I know how to get this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's pure. We've done this.
Right.
And I'm not saying that women are easy to manipulate, but they want to trust and they want to, you know, it's that emotional thing more so. But man, dudes have lied and bullshitted women for so long. I get it 1,000%. Yeah. But not face to face. Well, face to face works.
I'm really serious. I'm really serious. I know men can be abusive, and I know men can be in a raping situation. But I'm really curious to know, would the answer change if it was a gay guy? As if it was like...
All right, let me ask you a question.
You talking about...
I'm going to ask you a question.
No?
Let's say you're in the woods.
Yeah.
And you come face to face with a bear with like the biggest, strongest gay dude.
Yes, I'm terrified. So now that I looked up, listen.
He's like The Rock. And he's like, hey. Remember the Booty Warrior?
Oh, boy.
It's you.
I want you, and I'm going to get you. No, so now that I looked up like the history.
My bad. I'm sorry to interrupt you. If I saw a group of guys in the woods, I would take the bear.
Yeah?
If I saw a group of dudes, it's like 5, I'd be like, oh shit. I'd be worried instantly. I want to think that they would be cool to me.
You still go with the bear.
If it would
guys. Huh? White guys. That's a different ballpark.
Well, for sure. For sure, white dudes. I bet they're gonna rape and kill me.
Yeah.
You know? But if I saw the bunch of first, I'm like, what do you?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
All doing out here in the woods.
We ain't got to be in the woods. they could be in my apartment complex.
What are you guys doing all out here? What is this?
I'm going upstairs.
But I want to be like, hey, help! I'm like, gosh.
Yeah.
If I saw a bunch of dudes in the woods chilling, talking, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going up there asking them for help.
For sure. Yeah.
You know? But it'd take 5 of them to take me down.
A gay guy the size of Shaq.
Yeah.
It's bear versus bear.
What? Oh, hilarious.
Bear versus bareback.
Rainbow flag. Hilarious. I'm hearing very clear, sir. Are you hearing us? Let me go up a little bit. Yes, Chaz asked a question. I know the first time my baby girl got hands. First children do not have the language to say they're being abused, assaulted by friends, teacher, family members. Also, I think the idea is that they are both somewhere in the woods. Obviously, face-to-face, I can't take a bear. But not face-to-face, my bad. See y'all. I don't know what's it's going to take to convince Lack and see women's perspective. I think Lack sees the perspective.
Who said this?
Moyo.
No, I'm trying to fix it. I hear you, but I'm sad.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do about this?
Yeah. At least I can get a good fur coat out of the bear. We're not saying all men. You guys really don't know just how often women came across men that don't listen. You can tell a man straight to their face you're not interested to have a boyfriend or gay and will not leave you alone. I fully understand that. And that's just from the stories I've heard. Mm-hmm. Especially if, like, I've seen it where a guy hollers at a girl and he's like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I don't think that they're saying we're all bad, though. Statistically, yeah. I think you have to take the worst case scenario for both because the risks are both right. I grew up with amazing men in my life, but I'm very aware of the trash that is out there. Even the good guy to you is horrible to women. A gay guy decided to Shaq, bear versus bear. Is killing your daughter, abuser, crime of passion? I could care less. I'd gladly do the time. Also, though, I don't want to kill. If my daughter ever got abused, I'm not killing homie. I'm hoping there's no trial whatsoever. I want him. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find him. I'm going to take him into some basement dungeon. Mm-hmm. For years, he's going to be tortured.
I'm going to slice little.
Yes.
Like I'm going to. This is what I'm going to do. Watch this. I'm going to slice little razor cuts in his booty hole. Like, I want to open up his booty hole so when he defecates, it's going to hurt.
Also, I feed him the spiciest of foods.
Yeah. Cut his eyelids off.
Yeah, I'm like,
you never.
They would be like, do you want to press charges? Absolutely not. Nope.
I'll take them.
I got it. I'll take it. Everything's fine. It was her fault. Don't worry about this, baby. What was my daughter wearing? Don't worry about this. And I want him.
Hey, buddy.
I want him.
You going with me.
Oh, man. I can't wait to pop up in the back of his car, right? In his rear.
Sometimes you got to pop up and show.
I want to feed him pieces of his own flesh like it's bacon and he's so hungry. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
You ever seen the movie Alive?
I want you. I do not want you being safe in jail. I can't guarantee they're going to beat you down enough. I know I will, though. I want you. You be like, I'm going to do everything that... Well, I'm not going to do everything that you did, but... What about black guys with face tattoos? I definitely don't trust brothers with face tattoos. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
France, if you're white, don't receive that courtesy. Right, it's killing your daughter's abuse of compassion. Oh, there are some good guys according to some that have tried mentally manipulate. For sure. Breaking a kneecap. Oh, everything. Yes, Chaz, I'm waiting for my mother to die to begin the maiming.
What is that?
What? Yes, Chaz, I'm waiting for my mother to die to begin the maiming. You're going to have to explain that a little more.
Yeah, what is it?
Are you maiming your mother? Or is it a sibling or something like that, like how they did in Godfather. I think what we can do is teach our sons, nephews, and mentees, hold our male peers accountable, protect women when we see abuse, and continue to educate ourselves for sure. They separated from the general population. They separate them? Yeah, man. Nah. I'm all the population you need, fam.
Yeah. It really sucks because, like, I'm piggybacking off of what happened with Diddy and Cassie. Mm-hmm. I don't know. People around him maybe were enablers, but did you have any speculation that he was that person?
No, not like from what I saw.
Right.
Not from there. I it's not that I can't imagine, right? But I mean, it was really shocking to see him do that.
Right.
You know,
because
I've known this guy a long time.
Yeah.
I've known this persona of Diddy and Puff Daddy, and never that he's been perfect, but like, that's egregious shit, dog.
Yeah. And so you say you got to teach people like that, and it's like you don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. You can be an example and say, hey man, watch how you talk to her, man. But also when people have power, you're not gonna talk that to them. Hey, chill out, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them is how they got paid.
Right, exactly.
It's like, it's also, I think I talked to you about this a little, about the boys club.
Yeah.
And the moment I found out I was in the boys club.
Yeah.
And then terrifying. Yeah, man, there was a situation where I didn't like this dude at one of our.
Don't be specific.
Well, I'm not, but he was working in our general area, and he had said or did some things, and I approached him a couple times, but I was told to let it go, so you don't ruin opportunities, business. There's a lot more writing on things,
right?
But it was also the moment I realized I was in a boys club, and it was like, it wasn't on something of like, this is what happens, bro. You gotta let this go. But it was also like, hey, you blow the whistle here, everything goes.
Oh, man.
Saying
that again, hearing that again hurts my heart.
Yeah. And so then I try to encourage, the girl to say something. And I was like, I'll have your back. And she didn't want to
ruin it for everything.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was that thing. I was just like, damn, dude, I'm in here. And then I told myself, man, like, so there's this thing of like, can you hold people accountable who are above you, who are to a point you can say, I mean, there's that, and there's the other thing of like, yeah, you very well may never work again. You very well may, blow this thing.
But and so then integrity is intact, though.
But your integrity is, so then also it's like, let me go to the source, because I was like, I can't do it this way. You're going to mess up everything that you worked for at the same time. It puts you in a horrible position. It's a horrible position. Mm-hmm. And, I really wish that she would have, said something. I wish she would have said something, but.
Because when you broke and you need these opportunities, I'm going to paint a scenario for y'all. I know a lot of y'all going to say, I have integrity. I would have said something. But when you broke and you need these opportunities, you need these relationships, you need to network, you really have to have that real thought, like, I've never been here before.
Yeah.
This is a great pay jump for my life. If I say this, I could possibly be blacklisted. Don't say anything around this person before, because they're gonna snitch on you. Man, we had a job right in our hands.
Right.
And this person says something.
Yeah. I mean, you do like, I said like, hey, when I have my own company, my own production, like, I'm going to build the safest place for women,
Sure. Yeah.
It's just not my world right now. It's not my world right now. And I was like, I'm going to make sure that women have the safest place. Cause I remember somebody had to stop me from It was, remember Julian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Julian, I said, hey, dude, come stop me from making a dumb decision.
Yeah. I said the same thing with Twills. I said, on my sets, I would love to have only healthy options. No candies, no cakes, no pies. I'm sorry for people who needs it.
What are you doing? But now you're just crossing
I
lines.
said this.
You're just
It's
crossing
more
lines.
for
man.
me.
This is very selfish of you. I'm not working on no lax set.
100% for me.
This is
Or I'll
disgusting.
just have my own crafty. I was like,
Look at this guy.
have my own crafty in my little area.
You'd be moving on over. Let me see what y'all got over here.
Move! Get off! Unhand me! But yeah.
The women been talking about this since the 2000s, but it's always been just rumors. Are you still in contact with this dude? Yeah. You have kids to feed. Do you act like all is good when he comes around? I made my position very clear, but then it's also on you to make a choice. And you just keep working till you can build your own, and try to expose homie. But
So we on a smaller level. Just imagine what's happened with Donald Trump presidency.
yeah.
It's a lot more powerful up there. You mean to tell me, out of all the things that Donald Trump has done and being caught, he is, I don't think people understand, he is on trial right now for 91
Something counts.
Indictments.
Yeah.
But he's still in running for the president.
Yeah.
People can say it's all a witch hunt. This is a way of bringing him down. A lot of the people in his staff is like, he is as slimy as, he is as dark as. They're testifying for him. He's done this, he's done this. But at the same time, it's like, listen, if you don't say this, I will put you in office again. I'll put you out.
Right.
And it's wild. Like when you're part of the team, you're part of the squad, you got long generational money coming. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's like what's right, and then this is awful, but there's what's right and there's what's best, and they're not always the same thing.
Gosh,
you want to say that what's right is always what's best, but it's not. Mm-hmm. And that's just not the truth. That's just not the truth. It's like you don't always get to do what's right and hope things that work out, because some things don't work out. And I've been on that side before too. Like, I'm gonna do the right thing, and you're like, I might have just should have said nothing.
Yep.
And then like I said, my goal is always just to build your own thing, and it's like get with like-minded people and build a place of like, and then also on the other side, it's like I need to make sure that I'm in a place financially where my daughter is never put in that position and she can quit all she wants. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to be afraid to take I need this job. It's like, no, you quit on these motherfuckers, you go shit on them. We're gonna go sue whoever we need to sue. And that she has a safety that she can, always have someone who's going to back her up. And a lot of women don't have that backup,
Like, people can say this like, listen, everyone has a number. I'm going to paint a scenario to y'all. It's going to be mad dark. You just imagine seeing your boss doing something that was criminal or sexually inappropriate to another person.
Yeah.
You see it, it's like, hey, what I saw wasn't cool. Or you're probably going to say for like, hey, did he do blah, blah, blah to you? It's like, yeah, it's okay. No, it's not okay. You should say something. Listen, he just gave me a raise, and I'm going to keep quiet. You could be a hero and be like, no, we're going to HR together, and I'm going to back you up because I saw it. Right. She's like, don't say anything. Now it's like one of them things of like, hey, I heard what HR said. HR is my cousin. Listen. Let me make this go away. I'll pay you $100,000 to not file this thing in HR.
Right.
Are you like, no? Or would you be like, all right?
It depends on how much money I have. Because $100,000 now, I go like, do I get all that at once?
This is day 7 of this job.
I want a $200,000. It's tough, man. And also, had the girl I talked to been more vocal and down, I was with her. And she definitely, and I also know this too. I know there's a lot more women who will not say anything so they don't get a guy fired, so they don't cause a ruckus, so they don't look like they're being a problem. There's a lot of women who just won't say or laugh off inappropriate jokes or laugh off inappropriate touching. It's kind of what you guys get conditioned to do in the workplace. Like that's very much a truth.
Sadly.
Yeah.
No woman wants to hear this. It's even worse for a guy. If a woman is sexually abusing a guy and he tells, you are
get laughed out the room.
It's
okay.
crazy.
Next case.
That's crazy.
Next, I guess it depends on what she looks like.
I mean, if she was like, I'm sure he could. If your boss, your line producer was like, I'm sure Dion could put it down in bed, right? That sounds cool, right? But that's inappropriate.
Very much so.
No. Dion, no, I'm sure he gets it down. I'm sure he get down in bed. But if it's flipped, that sounds, It's funny when a woman says it.
Right.
But if it's like, hey, I'm sure Beth get down in bed, like, yo, that's inappropriate.
Very much so.
That's crazy.
Very much so.
But if I said, hey,
we're at work, dog.
Right. HR, my line producer just said, I feel like I can get down in bed.
Go get
do
that.
You? Do you?
You better stop talking and go be about it. Well, I just became a monk, and those kind of sexual advances I just got out of my, I'm 100 days sex free from my sex addiction, and those kind of things are triggered.
I saw the podcast. You dirty Dion. I saw the podcast.
It's still harassment. Yeah. And not to compare men versus women. Of course, women have it at a way higher rate. That's for sure. Hey, I was just in New York City a couple times in the last couple of months. Okay, I think I missed something here. A lot of times while we try to protect our pockets and jobs by not speaking up, at the minimum being inquisitive, victims are being raped, abused, and killed, which is far worse. Those of us from the city know he's grimy and broke. I have no idea what he's still in. I have no idea how he's still in existence. Come, Lord Jesus, this is ghetto and unfair. Hey, I was just in New York City a couple times. Well, you'll be everywhere a couple times. Boogaloo said, does that mean you two will try to convince your daughters that most men aren't dangerous after hearing the topic? No, I don't think it's about convincing your daughters that you're, like, Dion's daughter chose the bear. Have you ever tried to convince your daughter that men aren't dangerous?
This is my first time ever having this conversation.
Yeah,
I thought I was a good example.
I don't think it even matters because they know, like, you go through being a woman for as long. Women get hollered at when they're children.
Yeah,
you know, we know that there are these predators early on.
I just got to do a better job being a representation as a man.
It
doesn't work.
It doesn't work because you don't represent all men. And
damn, yo.
That's just, you're going to be one person that your daughter can feel safe with and trust, right? Out of a million, but it's good that she have one. Some people have none, right? Some people never have someone.
That's a great question, Boogaloo.
I don't think it's about saying, like, hey, these guys are safe. You know, there's people that you can trust, but even though, you know, I've heard stories that I have a rule with my daughter that she's not allowed to be with any other man alone except for me, like, ever. She can never be alone. Not my brother, not my nephew, not her other uncles, nobody ever. And some cats might have been offended about it, and I said I don't give a the whole idea is to protect my daughter at all costs. If I hurt your feelings, get over it or off. That's where we stand on that. That's period. That's where we stand on that. I remember my dad was like, oh, you know, I want some alone time with her. And I was like, well,
why would he say that?
Because this is his granddaughter.
Oh. I thought he said, hey, Chad, do you mind if I get some alone time?
It's not like that. But, you know, like, you want to be able to spend some time with your grandkids and stuff like that.
Got you.
And, man, I trust my dad more than any other man on earth.
Right.
But I'm just like, I already have this rule in place.
Yeah.
Right? This is the universal rule for everybody.
He used the word alone time?
It was just like, you know.
Can I hang out with her? I'd rather have that versus.
I don't think alone time is meant to be a creepy thing.
It sounds very like have some quality time with her.
Well, quality time and alone time, I don't think that's, you know, that's nothing. But it's like, you know, man, like, you want to be able to take your granddaughter fishing and you want to be able to do things and it shouldn't be a problem, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I have to set this rule in place because, you know.
Yeah, that definitely hurt my heart, man. And it's like church hurt.
Church hurt.
Yeah, are you familiar with church hurt? A lot of people will associate an experience that happened at church and will kind of generalize that all churches are a monolith. So it sucks that an incident that has happened, or several incidents that has happened with men, they had generally generalized that this is all men.
Right.
So as Christians, you just have to be a better representation and say, hey, I'm not that. I will be a proud representation of this gender.
Right.
Hopefully you can see this, you know, but now I'm sounding guilty as hell by saying that. Hey, trust me, I won't do anything harmful to you. That sounds very criminal. You just got to be a great representation. Like, hey, I'm sorry this has happened. And sympathize, listen, talk. But it sucks because it's like, man, that.
I mean, you know how many dudes that been like the counselors or mentors to women still be like, I know you guys are going through your divorce.
Yeah.
You know, if you need some private counseling.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, creep mode. Graze their hand a little too much, look in the eyes. If you ever need someone else to turn to.
It's wild in this day and age. I can't say the predator. I hate to say predator. The men can't hit on women. You had to be like, hey, do you like me?
We talked about this on Daddy Issues too. We literally asked, what is safe stalking? Because I said today that, like, you know, there's a Chinese food story, right? And then I was like, but I've also done strategic stalking. I've been in a woman's comfort zone. Like, here's this coffee shop she frequents. Here's something, right? It's strategic stalking, because I go like, I gotta be where she is, because women, if you're in their comfort zone, so they're gonna be more comfortable with you. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
What? You coming in here? Oh, that's crazy.
Right.
All right, see you later. Okay, she comes here on 8 p.m. every single day.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I'm on my way home from the gym. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
no,
That'd be great. Yeah. Let me get your groceries this time. That's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
There's no proper way. There's no proper way to come on, pause, to shoot your shot at a girl. There's no proper way to do it without sounding, of course, if you're attractive. So I think the safest way is, before I shoot my shot at you, are you attracted to me? Because it's an icebreaker, right? Because she can't get upset for that. Like, listen, before I shoot my shot at you,
well,
do you find me attractive?
This is what we deduced in our episode today. Is
Go
that
for it.
It depends on how the woman's feeling the guy off top.
Right.
Because if I came up to her, if we were talking about this, like, you be dancing with the dude, you come up with the girl, you come up behind her, she'd be like, ugh. And then there's the other one, she comes and she's like, okay. It's like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You got to ask, do you find me attractive? Or, and this because it's kind of cute to say that. Pause. I mean, you can say it cute, but it's like, do I have consent to flirt with you? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of a bar, right?
Excuse me, darling. Do I have your permission to continue
full
flirting?
Consent to flirt.
Please sign this to the flirt contract.
It's 2024, sweetheart. Do I have full consent to flirt with you?
Oh,
You're quick with the withdraw.
I'll see you here tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I'll see you here tomorrow.
Woo, she's a firecracker.
It's like, why did you do that to him? Look at his pants. He don't have any pants on. Like, damn it. I knew it was something I forgot.
I was in such a rush.
I was in a rush, man.
She's like,
Look, open up the pee hole.
she said, yeah, let me. Yeah, he just sprayed direct in the pee hole is wide. She makes my.
So you and the doctor like, I don't know what STD is. He's like, no, it's not STI.
No, he'd be like, don't worry, I see this all the time.
I see this all the time.
Holla at a girl at the grocery store, huh? Yeah, forgot your pants in such a rush? Yep.
It happens.
Happens to the best of us. Look at mine. I was at the nurse's office yesterday. No problem.
So why'd you do it? Sometimes you got to pop out and shit.
Oh. Men have been getting away with this for thousands of years, facts. And have the conversation with her. Exactly. I have an amazing man in my life, but the reality is that there are a lot of awful dudes out there, for sure. Thank you, Chaz. You're welcome, whatever I said. Don't think you have had to take on the responsibility of all men. That's too heavy, but your responsibility is to teach them how to use their minds and voice. It's interesting that you guys see the problem enough to refuse to have your daughters being alone with any males, what would be chill with them being alone with females? What would be chill with them being down alone? Just on a statistical rate, women abuse women far less than men abuse men. That's just on a stat. It's not that women don't abuse other women or other girls. That's true. But just off of stats wise, it's way less. She's safer. You would choose, I mean, are you going to choose another woman in the woods or are you going to choose the bear in the woods? I figure most women would choose the other woman and not the actual bear in that case. Do you all think attention needs to be more so put on conditioning our young boys versus changing their perspective of our girls? No, definitely more on the male side than the perspective of the girls. There's no perspective to change of girls. You know what? Here's a hard truth. This is why when people say, when they ask the girl, like, what were they wearing? And this is the only reason why this is a valid question. And I know this is going to be controversial.
Very controversial. I know where you're going.
But you're relying on some dude that has some kind of morals. You're putting your faith, when you walk out and you're wearing some kind of mini dress or you're wearing whatever that's going to get attention because guys we're more visual. We're going to look. But you literally have to hope that some dude doesn't take it too far. You have to like really rely that some dude isn't going to be a predator to you. And to rely on a guy to not be a predator is literally putting your life at risk. Mm-hmm. Like it really is. If you're in an elevator with a dude and you're wearing something skimpy, you're taking a risk. Mm-hmm. You know, you're taking a risk anyways, but there is a risk there. And for dudes, if you do wear something that's skimpy, if you do wear something that's very revealing, there is a mindset of, I can get that. Mm-hmm. That's 100% true. Mm-hmm. That's 100% true. So it's not like, you know, guys say like, what was she wearing? It's not to blame the woman in that sense. That's what happens. In my side, it's like, it's not to blame. It's like, you got to take the man out of the equation and protect yourself at 100% of the time. Yeah. Because you cannot rely on a man to keep you safe. You can't rely on a man to have his morals. It hasn't ever worked. Mm-hmm. It hasn't ever worked.
Yeah. I got to piggyback off what you said because there is a uniform. Mm-hmm. Like, when you are going to an event to grab people's attention, mm-hmm. like every place, everything has an attire.
Yeah.
You go into an event with skimpy outfits, skimpy clothes. It feels like an open invitation. Like, hey, she wants to be spoken to. Or I'm not justifying. Again, not justifying. It's more of a, hey, look at me. And then on the flip side, there's a lot of women that's like, hey, I want the attention. Right. I want the love. I want the
You're gonna get attention wearing it.
Right. It's a uniform. Look at me, right? Yeah. Not saying it's not an invitation to say to assault.
Right.
Hey, you look beautiful. Hey, I love these, blah, blah, blah. That same woman won't get the same uniform look if she actually had a police outfit on.
Right. And here's the problem. So Jesse said that needs to change. It's not going to change. It is never going to change. If you're relying on men to start learning and start acting in a nice behavior, you're going to lose that battle. Do not rely on any man to teach another man to be better men. It is not going to work. It has not worked. We're not the first people to be like, we got to teach the younger generation. That is a long-lasting thing that's been happening. Mm-hmm. It does not work. It's failed. Don't keep signing up for something that's going to fail. Take your trust out of men. That's what I did protecting my daughter. I take my trust out of every single man. I'm not trusting a single man to protect my child at all. And women need to do the same because it has not worked.
I think they're we have to. I'm going to play the game that you guys are saying. You got to chin check them. You got to talk to these guys. Listen, hey guys, stop doing this to women. Stop doing this to women. They're beautiful, intelligent. Do not talk to them. So listen, we're doing the thing that they're saying doing.
Get your ass up out here, you boy.
Right. So if we're coaching them not to do this, there's also women like, hey, look at me. And they're like, wait, my big brother, Dion, told me not to talk to him. Dion told me not to, give him that sort of attention. There's a lot of women like, hey, Instagram. If you see Instagram thoughts,
Right.
they're like, "Hey, give me the attention. Give me this love." And they looking like, "Hey, there's a pattern here."
Yeah. It's a
You can't change people, man.
and you're not you're changing an entire species of people who this stuff works for them. Mm-hmm. It has worked for a long time.
Right.
Me Too is the first time you've ever started
Yeah.
seeing guys get taken down.
Yeah.
And it's been like 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the first time you've ever started seeing guys get taken down. And it's like, what do you like? All that's gonna happen are guys are gonna get. This is what happens. The criminals start getting caught for. They get more clever.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're trusting people to be cool and be like, no. Take it out the motherfucking hands, because ain't no way I trust another dude to be around my child. Just the fact that there's supposed to be some guy that I know or that I trust. Mm-hmm. I take it out their hands, man. And honestly, women have to do the same. You gotta like. So that's why it becomes controversial when you say they shouldn't wear this, because you should be able to wear whatever you want. You should be. You 100% should be.
Right.
Without having to be insulted.
100%.
Without having to be assaulted. 100%. That is not the truth. That is not reality.
We have to piggyback on what Boogaloo said. She said, "I want to wear a mini skirt because I want to look cute, not because I want to date." Listen, that is you 100%. We agree with you. But at the same time, there's women in the same attire who wants it.
Hey, look, also, if you wear that mini skirt, some dude's going to want to grab your ass. He's going to want to grab your ass. And he might.
But it's also the woman who's like, grab it. Hey, I want my attention.
And so I'm not saying don't wear the mini skirt. But also know there's bullshit that comes with it. That it is literally a risk that you run. And not saying you sign up for it, but you know the male species. You know this is a thing. And you might be good for a long time. It may never happen. But it is a possibility.
Why can't the women talk to the girls who wants it? Is that wild to say?
What?
They say, you guys got to talk to the guys about respecting women. It's like, hey, women, like the women who's like, hey, I want the women who's like on Instagram showing cleavage, showing this, like, hey, sweetheart, there's a lot of weird guys out here that don't care about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense at all, because it's like I'm certain that it's working somewhere. Because if men keep failing at the approach of women, it should start to slow down. But apparently somebody's like, I want this. Yes, I want this. Please give me attention.
It says so. Jail and castration needs to happen. I hope not. If MLK thought people couldn't change, we'd still be in segregation schools. There are a lot of people who think that segregation is the worst thing that happened to black people because it diluted black people caring about black people. We lost entire schools. We lost entire doctor's office. We lost entire dentists. People had entire communities and jobs that were super functional in having. So I think there's a debate on that side as well. And I'm not saying that's not a thought of people can't change. It's about protecting yourself at all times. Like you're in a boxing ring. You just have to protect yourself. And knowing that revealing clothes gives you more attention. It does. It's going to get you more attention from some nefarious people. I don't know if I use that word right. More women are assaulted wearing jeans and sweats. I 100% believe that. I'm saying all of it is at a risk when there's a dude around. I agree with you. You just know them eyes is coming more when you wearing them mini skirt and tits out. Niggas is gonna be like, yeah, you see that? It's going to happen. I've definitely looked way more at a girl in mini skirts, more revealing skin showing than, you gotta be a real menace to assault a woman in a turtleneck. You gotta be a real menace.
I wish we can actually picture the idea of shooting your shot, right? Shooting your shot. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys are shooting their shot, right? Mm-hmm. The goal, if it makes it, that means she was with it, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times women are like this, they're not even playing defense.
Right.
A lot of times women are like, guys like, hey, block their shots.
Right.
They're shaking us. It's like, hey, we trying our best to not allowed to, like, hey, maybe you guys should do some plays. It's like they keep shooting, man. They keep shooting. And a lot of these girls like, I want you to make it. I want you to make it. It's like, no, tell them to stop shooting. It's like a lot of these women are like, keep shooting.
All right.
Keep shooting.
Boogaloo says, do you wear fresh sneakers because you want to get laid or because they think
It's always sexual, man.
Understand, dudes do most things to get laid. Dudes do most things to get laid. Dudes go out looking out and look for me. They're gonna be like, okay, I see you with the fresh sneaks. And you see that?
Again.
Dudes do most things to get laid.
I promise you, if women didn't exist, there'd be no haircuts. There'd be no flashy cars.
Dudes would just be surviving. We'd be cavemen still roaming around, straight survival. Dudes do most things to
impress women.
For sure. It's a risk being alive, but I protect myself. As you should. I do talk to the women and girls. Stop having children. So can you approach a hoochie respectfully? Sure, you can. Mm-hmm. You can absolutely. You should. Hey there, queen. I see you over here looking radiant and beautiful as ever.
Don't come at me like that. Come here, bitch. Damn it, Chaz. Sorry. You ruined the scenario, man. We're trying to make a point here.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
I don't think the women see the contrast of other women. I don't think y'all see the Carishas and the city girls who's like, come get this. I think they keep seeing the best case scenario for women.
I mean, listen, dudes have to understand this is entertainment. We know this.
Yes.
But you're not talking to rational dudes.
Right.
These guys who do this aren't the rational dudes you can talk to. They're not. You're talking about you can't talk to us the same way you can talk to some dude who would just grab your ass on the train. Right. We're not those guys. There's a whole different mindset mentality on these guys. And you're just taking it's like I said, it's a separate risk. And you're right, women, you're always at risk. We're well aware. We're well aware that it's safe to walk at night. I was telling somebody that when I moved to LA, I was homeless, and the girl was like, I can't do that, I'm a woman. I'm like, I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. I have a very different set of rules to carry myself out throughout life than you do. More than understandable, dude. I'm not arguing with you. We're not arguing with you at all.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that you got to take it out the guy's hands to protect yourself. If you're wearing mini skirts, wearing all those things, yes, they're cute, yes, they're sexy. It draws attention. Mm-hmm. It just draws attention, and you're taking an extra risk for drawing attention to yourself.
There's a damn brilliant joke Dave Chappelle said. It said women was like the woman in the mini skirt outfit. And he said, excuse me, sweetheart. I just wanted to say that I love you. I like what you're working. Like, just because I'm dressed like this don't mean...
Does not make me a whore.
Yeah. And then he's like, but if that same woman was dressed up as a police officer and he...
Deion's not doing justice to this joke at all.
I know.
But it's... You come up to her, you're like, hey, she's like, just because I'm dressed the way does not make me a whore. He's like, but you're wearing a whore's uniform.
Yeah.
If I was wearing a police officer uniform, you come up to me, excuse me, officer, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a cop.
Police, there's a guy over there getting assaulted.
Oh, now you remember? Anyways. It's just about like, we want women to be safe, protect themselves, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of people who want to control women and make them weak and make them be manipulated. There's a lot of dudes who don't give and who just see women as property, who just see women as vagina. There's a lot of those. And it's just like you really just got to be safe and, safe as you can be. It's tough. I know it's tough for you women. I get it. Mm-hmm. It's super hard. Yeah. It's super hard because you can't ever really know if you can trust somebody or not yet. A real trust, especially men.
And I think the issue is the reason why we're being like we are rebuttaling is we're the men.
We know we know these guys.
Yeah, we gotta try to like.
We've been these horny dudes out here. We've been here. You're talking to 30, 40-year-old men right now. We know. Yeah. We know the old pervs. Yeah. We know the young pervs.
Yeah.
We know we're not just trying to be like, women gotta blah, 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 blah. Yo, you protect yourself.
Yeah, we're telling you to wear a gun. You're like, why we gotta wear a gun?
Because it's dangerous out here. Niggas will take a bullet and be like, no, baby, you only shot me because you love me. It's a wild.
Yeah. We know a guy.
Do we?
We know a guy who is persistent of being a...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, persistent of being a creep no matter what. I had to pull him to the side. Yo, chill out.
A couple times.
Chill out.
I had to fire a homie.
Chill out, bro.
I had to fire a friend for just being wild at work.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, this is 2024.
A friend of mine.
Like, chill out, bro.
Come on,
like, you
dog.
cannot be this horny.
You can't be this.
Yeah.
You're too. What is this?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, he made the proper. He fired.
I did. I fired my friend.
So what I'm saying is, like, we do the work. I had to pull. Like I said, I pulled to myself. Like, yo, come on, dude. You don't know these women. Chill out. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. No, ain't no my bad. You got to apologize to them.
And that's supposed to be a good, respectful guy.
Right.
God damn. I get you, women. I get it. But god damn. The women don't be listening, dog.
I don't.
This is the problem.
I don't.
This is back to the problem. Y'all don't be listening. Tell you the goddamn truth. Y'all be like, but I want to wear my miniskirt.
I want to wear honey in front of the bear.
You're right. You should be able to. But niggas ain't shit. God damn it. We gotta say this now. We know. Great point, Moyo. I've seen several classes like that as well. What'd you say? But honestly, I've lived in a Muslim country and the rape/assault cases was off the charts.
Damn.
And women would be fully covered because guys ain't shit. We know that. But it's also I don't know if it's I can't tell you too much about it. I know that the way that Muslim women traditionally are treated is to be like, what's the phrase? Like seen and not heard or whatever, right? There's different countries that have a lot of these different laws. There's laws for women that they can't even walk outside without another man there, stuff like that. Like there's not a lot of rights for them women. I'm not surprised that there's a lot of, sexual assault in some of these religion/cultures, because a lot of cultures are very dehumanizing to women. That's just true. I mean, and I'm not saying Muslims specifically because I don't know enough about them, but there's a vast array of Muslim. It's a bigger umbrella under Muslim. Pull them to the side. That's what we got to do, bros. They didn't stop them. Tell you that much. Pulled them to the side, fired them. Didn't stop them. Was that before or after having a child that you changed your mind? Before, it's not that I changed my mind. It's just you don't see it when you're a guy. When you're a guy and you're going through this stuff, you just don't see the stuff that women go through. You don't realize it until you really start talking, and then I start seeing things. When I started looking for it, I started seeing it. Yeah. And so it wasn't until I had those conversations, definitely before my daughter, but I'm also like, dang dog, I ain't know it was like that. I'm not a woman. I don't go through that stuff. I don't know. So, once you kind of learn and you find out, then it's culture. When you find, and then it's your job to be better. You know better, you do better. You got to be better. You got to be a voiceover. I hang out with really good dudes, I think. Yeah. Right. I think I have a really good class of men that I hang out with that I try to associate myself with, for the most part.
Right. And again, I'm piggybacking off of how did we get here, right? Yeah. And I'm not trying to put this back on women. There's a lot of women who accepts this, who wants it, and when I say that, it sounds very crazy because it's like these niggas are shooting and it's working, so they keep shooting, and it's dark, and it's like you're shooting at the wrong people. You got to figure out these women, dude, and it's like. I'm trying my best not to sound misogynistic. Right. Because it's like,
and also we have the logical thinking brain. This makes sense to us. Right. We think differently though.
Because I look at my people and I was like, why are you like this? Right. Like, because you're just seeing me fail at these 3. Right. I've won at 27. And it's like, oh.
If a dude is 1 for 30, he's like, I'm 1 for 30.
Right. That's the analogy right there.
You only need 1 to say yes.
But those 3 that's complaining is the big news. But it's like, you haven't seen me killing. Right. My line I said that was offensive to you and her.
Right.
Worked thousands of times. It's like, oh.
A dude can go around to complete stranger. Quit playing. You want. Some girl is gonna go like, okay, let me see what you has to test the truth.
That is a great analogy. I'm not saying that has happened, but what I'm saying is like, It sucks. That terrible line will work
eventually,
and that's the situation. That's the argument.
Hey, can I tell you guys a story? Let me tell you guys a story.
Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
Can we just sit here for a second?
Okay.
Damn it. That's the point I'm trying to make. Terrible rapish lines has worked. It sucks. It's terrible. I'm admitting it is a terrible rapish line. He tries to use it and it doesn't work, and now he's exposed.
Right.
I just wanted that to happen. It's like, yes, it worked. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I was like, why can I figure out what? Yeah.
Listen, young Chasman was once on a Greyhound bus. Okay. On this bus, our bus stopped, and there was a young lady in front of me. Okay. Now, I'm a very charming, handsome, amazing guy. And I was talking to her, making jokes, blah, blah, blah. The next stop, and guess who sits next to me? This young, attractive young lady on the Greyhound bus. We talk and we talk. She starts talking about she went to go see her boyfriend. She was doing all this. She was like, oh, I was doing blah, blah, blah. We had that. And I said, oh, yeah, is that so? What would you do with this? Pulled out my peen. You know what she did? Gobble, gobble.
And it worked. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Was I wrong?
100%. But you had to feel it. You had to fill it out. You don't do that on the opening note.
Mind you, there was a lot more words involved.
Right.
But I didn't ask.
Yeah.
I was just like,
but when I'm
doing all that, what you gonna do with that? I'll show you.
I think.
Cheers to me. I said, oh man, it became one of my stories.
Golly, dude.
So it's not like that doesn't work. Like,
right. Terrible
that shit is out there.
Man, because it works.
And I'm a decent guy. I was also much younger.
Yeah, but also.
Would I do that now? No.
Gosh,
but
dude.
at 24, I was like,
I wish that message got out. I was like, listen. The reason why they do this is because it's working. I don't know how to market that. I'm not trying to justify it.
Look, you guys are saying you Chaz, that was trash, don't be trash. You're talking to a 24-year-old dude who's got head on a Greyhound bus. And to me, that was epic. So you're in the wrong place to tell somebody. When I told my homeboys, everybody was like, yo, okay. You're talking to the wrong group.
Yeah.
I was the man for that. You tell me it's trash, not to us. Now you tell me at 38, I go like, yeah, dog, that was very inappropriate. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
But 24-year-old Chaz ain't hearing that?
I can't remember anything I've said.
24-year-old Chaz was a legend.
I can't think of anything I've said that's inappropriate to the point of this could get me canceled. But if you had told me that story, I'll be like, yo.
For sure.
Right.
That's guy talk.
Right.
That's
right.
100%. That's guy.
Crazy.
And you guys are like, no, that's terrible. Like, sure it is to you.
Right.
But at 24 years old, that was not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are like, no, that was trash. You're supposed to be decent. You guys are 100% correct. It was a trash move.
Yeah. Just because just because it worked doesn't mean it's right.
You're right.
100%.
But you're talking to that mentality, and you guys aren't seeing that.
Also, it works.
And it works.
So I'm saying, listen. If somebody told me, stop shooting the ball between your legs as a grandma shooting, it's like, but it's going in.
Every shot.
It's like, it's going in. It's like, hey, you know you can shoot like this, right? It's like, hey, I don't miss this way.
Right.
It's like, I'm shooting granny shots.
Right.
And it's like, hey, that's not right.
Now, my dad never had the don't pull out your on a bus talk.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny as hell.
Right? It's never a conversation we had. I was just kind of like, it's time to pull my dick out.
Yeah.
And I timed it correct to get exactly what I wanted.
That's wild.
Then.
I've never done that. As freaky as I am, I've never volunteered like, hey, take a look at this.
I was all like, oh, this is where the convo's going. She's about this.
Yeah.
From what she was wearing, how she was talking. I said, hey, dog, this is...
Unsolicited is wild. If she had said, let me see it, I'd be like, okay.
Pulled it out.
Is that inappropriate for her? If she said...
It was inappropriate.
No.
Oh, okay.
If she said to you, I want to see your...
Oh my God.
Yeah, is that inappropriate?
Am I supposed to not pull it out then?
Hey, who is your guidance? Your parental guidance.
Now, and mind you, I'm a 24-year-old dude at that time who came to be as what we assume way more knowledgeable, respectful, understanding. And some guys never evolve from that. Some guys stay right there, that 24-year-old mindset, that 16-year-old mindset. Some guys never evolve out of that. You know what I mean?
And it works.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you guys that like I did the right thing. I know it was garbage. I'm well aware.
So just my God, I hate that we got our audience is a lot of women.
I know.
Because if that worked for you, right? And you do it again and it keeps working because you find the audience that is attracted to that sort of energy. Yeah. And you keep doing it and you keep doing it. I am killing right now, right? Even though it's not the most appropriate, but it's like I'm winning. I'm getting what I want. I want some sex. I want some head. Whatever. But then you come across who's like, yo, that was inappropriate. Right. Now you're canceled because it's like, man, I didn't know this was bad. Right. Because it was working all this time.
I mean, I know you guys are gonna be like, that was terrible. That was trash. And you go like, sure, of course it was. I fully agree with you. And it does not matter. It does not matter because that is definitely a perception that guys have. That Chaz got head on the Greyhound bus from a stranger is a gold star for dudes. Now at an older age, it's not. Then it was. 100% was. And there's a lot more attention on how we treat women and talk to her now. It's still not great by any means. Yeah. But I feel like you guys are missing the mentality aspect of dudes. Yeah. And I feel like there's going to become a point where you guys are willingly ignoring it. Yeah. Where you go like, okay, well, Chaz, that was like, yeah, understand what I'm saying. That was the right thing to do to a 24-year-old dude who doesn't have any understanding of a woman's space, rights, blah, 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 blah. And you're talking to a lot of dudes like that. So we can go, educate. We can go, say all that stuff. But you're going to run into a lot of dudes who don't give a fuck. They do not care. They do not care. Most dudes do not care. At a point in my life, I chose to care. I chose to listen. I chose to understand. I chose to be, quote unquote, an ally. I chose to care. There's a lot of guys who do not choose to care. Yeah. Whether they have a daughter, there's a lot of dudes with daughters who suck. Right. Like tons. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah. That guy has to want to show up for women.
And don't get me wrong. If a guy is attractive, you get those girls who shoot their shot.
Where you going to? Look at back here.
No, she's saying goodnight to two Jesse.
Oh, bye two Jesse.
You get a guy who's attractive, you'll get the girls who's inappropriate to talking to you. Right. Hey, Big Daddy, what you got? What you got in those pants?
I got what you need.
And she's inappropriate, but at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. Now I can unlock my
Now you're talking my language, right?
Now I can unlock my freak.
Speaking of Saint, 24-year-old trash was still a grown man. If she reported you, that would have been a crime. It would have gone to differently. That's what needs to be discussed. 24-year-old Chaz was not a grown man. I was an adult. Definitely not a man. Definitely very immature, very boyish. Mm-hmm. I didn't start becoming a man solid 27 when I started trying. Mm-hmm. I was 27 when I started trying to become a grown man. What would you say to 24-year-old self? Would you say good job or would you tell him don't do that? I'm going to be honest with you.
Good question, Mo.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would have told 24-year-old Chaz that was fucking fire. Hey, dog, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Young Jasmine.
38-year-old Chaz would have been like, that's nuts, bro. It's a guy story. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a guy story. And there's guy talk.
There's nothing you can do about that.
There's nothing you can do about that.
It's only bad when she doesn't like it.
Right. Right. It's a very different case. And she's like, what are you doing? Yeah.
What was wrong with you?
Right.
It's a double standard. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that?
And I'm talking from a man mentality.
Yeah.
They're different.
Yeah.
There's going to be the guy who was like, you were wrong for that. Sure. And there's going to be the guy who's like, I would never have the balls to do that.
Right.
Sure. And there's a guy who's like, man, you waited that long? Mm-hmm.
All right. Because if you told me that story today, and I'd be like, what? And it happened? Yo.
When I tell that
give me
story,
some love.
When I tell that story, every dude shows me love for it.
Yeah.
It was an accomplishment in dude world.
Right. That's shoot from the half court.
And nailed it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the mentality. That's what you guys keep ignoring. That's the mentality. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, it was very dumb, very immature.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not denying that. Very much so. Of course, it was very stupid. And aren't ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not. I have zero shame of doing that at that time. Because it was very inviting in that time, in that conversation we were having. And it worked. I would have been shamed if she rejected it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just some freak as his dick out of the back of a bus.
Dude, you are spitting bars right now. I have no idea why does this make sense?
Because you speak dude language.
Gosh, dude.
And women are trying to refuse it, but you have to come over here.
Yeah.
You got to come step in man world.
Man,
and you're going to be like, all right, I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Right.
And you're going to have other dudes who be like, Chaz, that was trash. Sure. Mm-hmm. There's also dudes who go, Chaz, that was dope. You did that? Yes. Yeah. I can be 74 years old, and I'll tell that story to some young dudes. They'll be like, oh, man, you did that? I did. Right. Back in my day. It's one of the back in my day stories.
Yeah. Man, dude.
We've talked about it on, I've definitely talked about it on Daddy Issues a couple times. Like, you know, on the bus. It's like, you know, it becomes an accolade.
Right.
On the dude world.
Yeah.
You know? So, the man mentality is the difference.
It's so wild.
It's wild.
It's so different.
It is very different, legally speaking, from it. Yeah, and I understand. No, I'm screaming at the screen. I know you are. I think men see women as means for sex before they see them as a fellow human. That's what frustrates me.
I feel like you're attacking us now.
You don't.
Like,
No. Wait. She's 100% correct though, Dion. That's not wrong. I think men see women as means for sex before they see them as a fellow human. When you first see a woman that you're attracted to, that comes up first. I never cared what my wife did for work. I don't care how much money. Most times I don't care how much money. When people ask me what your wife does, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's not a thing. It's way more important for a woman what a man does, how much money he makes. That goes way more for a woman than an actual guy. I've never asked a dude what his wife, what your girl do, what she do for work. I've never asked.
Right.
Women are definitely looked at as sexual creatures before, not before people are humans. You know that they're still people are humans, but when I first meet a woman, even if it's a stranger, my mind goes in, I hit that. That's just basic stuff. Wow. And it's not even on some like, you know, I go like, oh, she fine, man, she bad, right? That's off of source looking at somebody.
Right.
Hey, she bad. Look at that ass.
Right.
I'm not gonna yell it to her, but if it's not in my mind, I'm lying to you.
Well, I mean, I would say attraction definitely helps. Personality, you know, these are of moving forward. Like it's like I hate to say a piece of meat, but when you look at that like a steak, you be like, which one of these look attractive to eat?
Right.
When you're at the grocery store, you're like, the price, the color, the date. It's like, which one of these are attractive? And it's like, yeah, I want to eat this. Like, you look at it just like a piece of meat, and it's like, I want to know how.
Hey, man, if I said the things that I thought,
yeah,
it'd be a problem.
Yeah.
It'd be a problem, but you have to have more restraint. And that's what a lot of dudes don't have is restraint.
Wait a second. Let me reverse this. If you meet a man, women in this chat, what do you say? I just want to know this guy.
He looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because
look at this tall, handsome guy.
As in attractive, like, wow, he's handsome. And what is? I want to know him. I want to know his attraction. Does sex ever come up for women when it comes to a guy that you're attracted to? Because he said, I think we look at women as a means for sex before fellow humans. When you meet a guy, you say, wow, I want to know what.
Right. You like women are saying they're getting scared in here, right? Exactly. Just because it happens and that the mentality doesn't make it right. You said it yourself. Then the next breath you say, I'm proud of it. I said I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. And then like I said, in the man world, it's an accolade. It's like, oh, it's a gold star. You do get to talk about it. It's a boast. That is reality. And you guys are like, oh, it doesn't make it right. That's scary. And it's like, that is what it is. That is what it is. The problem is guys who act upon doing malicious and, offensive, assaulting natures. That's the actual crime. What I think is naturally inherent of how I think. When I see a girl, I go, damn, that's natural. That's exactly what I'm going to do. If I go up to her and I grab her inappropriately,
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Right.
That's a problem. But then now we're on more than crossing boundaries. We're in criminal world. And for y'all to be mad at the mentality is not going to help because it's not going to change. And I'm telling you that. You're going to be mad at literally how guys think. It's like, it's not going to help you be mad at how men. This is why men and women always have arguments and always will, because we think completely different. It's like, well, you guys should be doing this. Why do you think like that? This is how we think. Women get mad at dudes forever for thinking how we think. Why do men think like that? And men get mad at women for we think differently.
Yeah.
We're wired differently. We are. So for men to have more restraint is the goal. For men to understand how to treat women is the goal. Is the goal. I know what I did was wrong. I'm not saying it was right by any means, but I'm also very not ashamed of what I did at that time.
Right.
At all. I don't have any shame about it. Period. I don't have any shame about it. It's a whole different person, especially for a young dude. You go like, I killed that.
This is an analogy. Imagine you going to the bank and you say, this is inappropriate to the bank. A girl goes to the bank and says, hey, I need all the money in your pockets. And it was like, all right. And they gave you the money. It was like, and it's like, what? That worked? No weapons at all. But it's like, essentially you robbed the bank. But it's like, I don't want the money from the bank. I want the money from your pockets. And you took the money and then you gave it to us like, that worked? Like, yeah.
Was I more wrong than the girl who actually did the fellatio? Was I more wrong than her? Who was more wrong in this case?
Well, I how did she say? Well, you said she said blah 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 blah, and then I said, "How about you?" I don't know what she said.
Right.
I don't know what she said.
She pretty much just saying I could do this, I could do that, and I was like, "Can do that to this," and I pulled it out. Now, I fully believe she should have smacked me up, punched me in the penis, called the police. That was more than her right to do so. Correct? She doesn't do any of that. She actually does something and I go like, gotta do this again. All right? This worked.
Right.
This worked.
It worked.
There was zero consequence for me doing that.
It shouldn't have worked.
It shouldn't have worked, but there was zero consequence for me. Yep. I wasn't even afraid to do it. That's how zero consequence I've ever had doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't even hesitate. I had zero consequence.
Right.
You know? So it's not like I had some fear of, I don't want to get caught. I was like, now if she was white, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't have a real consequence for, being this dude doing this thing right now. And it's just a more of a reality of being a guy, which we already know that there is a male privilege. We already know that.
You want to read the comment and defend yourself?
I'm not defending. Which one is it?
We got to do Better Brothers, CMD.
You're right about that. When women are on dating apps, question number 2 isn't about your favorite color. It's about smashing. Is it? Just because it happens in that mentality doesn't make it right. You said it yourself. Oh, yeah, that's what I said. They're getting scared. I can't lie. This is the basis and issue of the relationships between men and women, for sure. When women see an attractive guy, it's not uncommon to fantasize about going on a date, how he treats you, how he comfort or look out for you. All of that leads to sexual feelings. Very different mentality. I don't think about cuddling with her. It's not my first thought. I can't wait to hold her hand on a swan across the lake. I should have come over and hopped on the episode. No, Twilla. They keep proving our point. We're not arguing your point.
Who said this?
Boogaloo. We're not arguing your point. We're literally saying we agree with you.
Well, I can call you right now.
We're literally saying we agree with you. I went to call so bad because I'm screaming at the screen. She was absolutely wrong, and I'm ashamed of her for her mother and her father. Damn. So we saying we fucked up as men because historically we use sexism and injustice around harassment, raping in our favor. Oh, for sure. For sure I've done that since day one.
Bars.
From day one. We have made it a very unsafe place for women on this earth. from day one. Yes, 100%. And it's not, we can't just blame white men. We're not going to just blame white men. It's been men all over the world from day one. And it took how many women to take down Cosby? It took how many women to take down whatever other person got Me Too'd? It took all these women who had to get brave and say something, because 5 to 10 wasn't enough to take down a lot of powerful dudes. It wasn't enough, you know? And everyone else she was attached to, into her, she was into here, she was black. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's not something that I feel ashamed about, because at that time I had nothing to feel ashamed about. But
it worked.
I mean, it was like, yeah, man, this is what we do. It's a very different guy mentality. And I'm not saying that like all men think to like, oh, I got to take it out. But it's like, men do think sexually first. We know this. This is not new information. We know this, right? There are men who get away with a lot of stuff for being men. There is a boys club. It is very unfair for women. We already know this. This is all facts. We're not talking about anything new under here. And we're not arguing with women. I'm just, what I'm really saying is that this information that you already know, take this information. Literally take what we're saying and protect yourself, because you can't rely on other men to do it. We do have a responsibility to teach other men. The men that we teach doesn't guarantee that they're going to do what we tell them to do. Right. The men that we hold accountable doesn't guarantee that they're going to stop being perverts. So it doesn't guarantee none of that.
And it's like a lot of generational trauma too, as in like things have been passed down. It's like telling somebody who born and raised in poverty in the hood is like, hey man, you can stop doing this and just make millions of dollars. Right. Like, it's like I can tell the person that. It's like, dude, I don't know. This is my lifestyle. I don't know how to change.
Right.
Like, I can encourage you too much.
And men don't want to release the what's it called? Hierarchy? What's the men? Patriarchy. That's like losing power doesn't sound attractive to men. Right? Like losing what makes you stand up. Well, it's the same with white people. They don't want to lose their power place in the world. It's not. That's why there's a big fight. But it takes a ton of brave women to do it, and they have those things at Me Too. You know what I mean?
The fact that it hasn't been 100 years since the women's rights,
right?
Just lets you know that we're a generation hasn't died off yet.
People are just now starting to care about women. It's just started in the last 10 years, maybe.
Crazy.
It just started.
Yeah.
It just started.
Yeah.
For people to listen and actually take it seriously, it just started. So that sounds like we should get used to something else than in favor of protecting women and offering equity then. I agree. Men being so focused on sex is not okay. Women offer more than just a hole. There are inventors that allow you to have one in your bedside drawer. Hey man, we're not arguing with you. You're right. But when Michelle Obama came out, no one cares she had a doctorate degree. It was like, hey man, Michelle kind of fine. Michelle kind of cute. Yes, she's very smart. Of course, she's brilliant. We know those things. Her looks got judged first. It's always going to happen.
Right.
It's always going to happen.
Yeah.
Like it's not like men are like that's how we look. That's how it's going to happen.
I think everybody, no matter men or women, I look at if a person is attractive or not. Like when you watch a comedy show or you watch a pastor or a motivational speaker, they get on stage, you look at their entire appearance and be like, I like this outfit.
Right.
Oh, he's well groomed. She's very attractive. And then I move forward to the message. Immediately, you're not thinking about like, I can't even find him attractive. I got to fall in love with their personality first.
Right.
Like you immediately find, oh, look at the shoes matching his tie. He pulled that off. Wow, it's matching the handkerchief. I like that. Wow, very dapper. He's sharp.
You know what I told my wife before? I was like, if you're ever gonna argue with me about how I think, we're never gonna get anywhere. Period.
Right.
If you're trying to argue with my mentality of how I think, we're never gonna move forward. Because this is how I think. And we're not attacking the issue anymore. We're attacking how I think.
Yeah.
But how I think, how I see the world is how I see the world.
Yeah.
That is my first basic instinct.
And I'm very open-minded and I understand.
For sure.
I get it. I hear you and I agree.
Right.
And it's like, golly, what can we do?
Right.
That's it.
But does not work now. I be random and connections. What are you guys talking about? To quote Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park, just because it can be done doesn't mean it should. Because that's such a random source. I be okay. Respectively, that's the crazy part. That's different from saying the first thought is sex.
Listen, oh my God, dude. Listen, if I see a woman get on stage and I'm like, wow, she is wearing those high heels. Mm-hmm. She is, wow, I really like her hair. I mean,
hey man, there's also the goddamn who is this?
And it's
that
like,
is
I don't know.
Reaction as well.
Because the thing is, I'm trying to picture myself. If I see a very attractive woman who gets on stage, comedian, motivational speaker, pastor, wow, I like this outfit she has on. She has a pantsuit. Nothing sexual. She has a pantsuit. And you immediately like, I like the way she thinks. Is she married? Mm-hmm. You go that direction. You can say, I bet you she would. I'm not thinking that immediately.
Right.
Like, all you think is women is sex. Like, God, like, can I find a person attractive? How the person thinks first?
Right. Sex doesn't equate to attraction. I can think of a friend as attractive without wanting sex. Sure. Without wanting sex. But when I see someone, she can be my homegirl, I still be like, damn, she fine. But what are we supposed to do with knowing this is man mentality? That's the great question.
Thanks, Twills.
That what Twill say?
That's what she said.
The pantsuit was so aggressive. Oh, that was Twill's question? Mm-hmm. Yes, great. That's the great question. Knowing that this is man mentality, great. Taking the information, this is what it is. What do we do now about it? Great. This is us moving forward together as a species. Okay? This is our evolution right here in this moment, guys. This is going to go down in history as us moving together. Mm-hmm. We know this. If this is a man's mentality, then we know at the very bottom line, you have to protect yourself at all times. That's the very bottom line. Mm-hmm. All right? Always protect yourself. Put yourself first. Blah, 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 blah. Let people know where you're going to be. All the other good stuff that women do to protect themselves, we have to do that as well. All right? Mm-hmm. There is a different language that we're going to understand in conversation, even if it's just on some domesticated stuff. There's a different language. Women will say something and they're frustrated when a man doesn't get it. And it's like, well, you're saying this in women talk, mm-hmm. right? This makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily make sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. I can tell a woman, you can say something 100 times. I'm like, I still don't know what you're talking about because you're not talking man to me. You're talking about whatever else makes sense to you. And then in your head, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. And we have to have more patience and more understanding to get to a place we do understand each other. Because there are times when I go like, man, is that what you're trying to say? Why don't you just say that? Right. There's been plenty of times, why don't you just say that?
Yeah, yeah.
You were saying all this other stuff that I had no idea what you were talking about.
I'm going to put two people on blast right now. I spoke with Twilla before.
You spoke for her?
I spoke to Twilla and heard her speak. I was speaking for Twilla. Mm-hmm. Not for her. I've heard out of her mouth, he could get it. What does that sound like? I've heard Twilla. I'm putting you on blast.
Man mentality here.
He can get it. And I've heard, I'm not even going to say the other person. I'm not even going to say the other person, man. I'm not even because I'm not doing her like that. I've heard very explicit content. I'm putting Twills out there because she's acting all modest. I know she has I know she has her hall pass guys and men that she's attracted to.
So I can put you on blast. And Dion's like, I'm already out here. I'm already on blast.
I'm on blast. Pow, pow.
Hey, look, this is different because it's not like me and Dion are making excuses for men.
Right, absolutely.
We're not making excuses for men. We're literally saying we are everything you think we are. Everything you think, fear, and think is true. Yes, as a whole entire species of male, you are 100% right. There are no excuses here. You are correct. So with that information, you have to do what you have to do is best to protect yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying since the very moment we started talking about this. You guys say it's not right. It shouldn't be this way. You are 100% correct. You are not going to change it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to change it. Mm-hmm. You can keep trying and you can keep doing this thing and we can start with one person at a time. There's way more awareness now, but to trust that this man has evolved enough or any men or all men have evolved enough to keep you safe is wrong. And it's not going to work out that way.
Right.
So I'm saying all this other stuff, we're going to do all that stuff. We're going to teach you. We're going to talk to these young guys. If you're still relying on men to keep you safe, you are setting yourself up for trouble. Yeah. That is what I'm saying and been saying. Not saying it's right. It is the reality.
I'm not missing the point, man. I'm not missing the point. You're making it seem like all men are creeps and weirdos and inappropriate and don't know how to talk to women. You don't see. Listen, the whole thing about I'm piggybacking off of what Boogaloo said. All men look at women as sexual objects. I've heard women say he could get it.
Sexual object.
He can get it.
Made him feel like a piece of meat out here.
I've already talked to my husband. He's my hall pass. I want him. I will drink his sweat. I've heard this. Looking at men as sexual objects.
We looking at the body, face, and wonder if that thing is heavy. We might not act on it, but there goes Spikes with the truth bomb. Spikes, we looking at the body, face, and wonder if that thing is heavy.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. Out of everybody in this comment section, I love Spicy for giving the truth. Y'all are so tipping the scale of men are so weird and we are so modest and nice and angels. Thank you for being real with us, Spicy.
Boogaloo says, if it makes sense for a white person to be prejudiced, then why fight for black rights? Based on your logic, if you don't bother asking when to change just to protect yourself. Why does it make sense? If it makes sense for a white person to be prejudiced, then why does it make sense for a white person to be prejudiced? It doesn't make sense for a white person to be prejudiced. None of that. Like, I don't know what you're... Why does it make sense for a white person to be prejudiced?
As in racist.
Yeah, but why would that make sense? If it makes sense for a white person to be prejudiced, then why fight for black rights? But why does it make sense for a white person to be prejudiced? It doesn't make sense for a white person to be prejudiced.
I think she's saying since it's in their DNA for being
well, that's
being
not true.
Racist. I can't say in their DNA as in like their inheritance, their lineage.
Well, here's the difference. All right, here's it's not about fighting for black rights. It's not like you don't fight for women's rights. I'm not saying, hey, lay down and take it. I'm saying do the marches. I'm saying I feel like women should do way more. But now that abortion rights went down and women lost their rights to have abortion, every woman should have walked out of work and marched somewhere and stopped working and shut down the entire world. Mm-hmm. The entire globe would have shut down had women stopped being CEOs, had women stopped being bus drivers. Everything was shut down. Women have way more power than you guys think that you have. And maybe that's conditioned. But if every woman got together and said, we're not taking this shit, we want our rights, that shit would stop and it would change in a heartbeat. Yeah. If all those women walked out of Congress, there's too many women in powerful enough positions that they can control that stuff. You can control that stuff. You have the right. So it's like, do it. Like, you got to take those moments. Women should do that. At that same time, women should not trust men. At the same time, women should not trust men. Mm-hmm. We should definitely fight for equal rights, but I'm not about to have some white dude be like, yeah, come on my land or whatever it is, move on in. Mm-hmm. There's a history of that. To go take a free a test or something like that, right? From like the syphilis. Like there's a history of that.
Right.
There's a lot of black people who don't inherently trust white people because there's a history of that. Yeah. And no one said don't fight for black rights. It's the same time. At the same time, you keep your eye on them.
I'll tell you something. My dad didn't march. My dad told me, I said, was you out there marching? He said, absolutely not. He said, I was not getting hit with bricks. I did not get arrested. So they were fighting for black rights. My dad was like, I'm gonna wait this out.
Right. It's about doing this and that. You're gonna do this to move forward, and you're gonna do this so you don't get bonked on the head somewhere. You're gonna do both. You're gonna protect yourself at all times while moving forward. Both have to be done.
Me and Chaz over here fighting for our life for men right now. These women over here attack.
What I don't understand, here's what bothers me about this conversation is that there seems to be an argument on men mentality on why this is what it is, but it is what it is. So it's like, why are you trying to be like, this shouldn't be like, what does that have to do with anything? That's not going to help. Mm-hmm. That it shouldn't be something. Yeah. How does that help you? That
why is America racist? It's like, hey,
here.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. We're going to keep pushing forward, getting better. Each generation gets better. Yeah. That's the goal. We educate and we move on. We move forward. But at the same time, it's like you're not going to fall for the old banana in the tailpipe. You can't start trusting cats all of a sudden. We don't do that.
Ooh, man mentality. This might be a faulty analogy.
Okay.
It's like nepotism. We shouldn't do it. But you're going to do it to benefit you.
Nepotism?
So, yeah, it's like,
definitely gonna do
and it's like,
she didn't earn any of this.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you did what? I hired my daughter to be the CEO of Sony. And it was like, what? And it worked.
Yeah, she just graduated high school.
and it worked. It did, and it benefited me and my family.
It's about those boards, but
and it's like, dude,
yeah.
Do you realize there's other people that's qualified that can? Hey, listen, I shouldn't do it. I did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how America works.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
I want the money to stay in my family.
Yeah.
It shouldn't do it. It did it. It's selfish.
Yeah.
And all parties involved.
You were saying if a group of people is steadfast in their ways, let be and focus on your own actions. I'm saying if there are people who are always this way, they're always this way. I'm not saying ignore that or don't work on it. I'm saying protect you first. I'm saying the moment you start trusting or you start relying, that's all I've been saying. I haven't said anything else. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm saying when you start trusting and relying on somebody else who's a man for your safety, knowing there's a history of men attacking women, there's a history of that. You're always in danger with any man at any time. We know that. We know that. That is a fact. So treat that like a fact all the time. Your safety is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Is it a guy's responsibility? Also, it should be, but it is not. What it is always your responsibility. It's 100% of the time your responsibility. That is a fact. That is a fact. Your safety is your responsibility 100% of the time. If you rely on a guy to make you feel safe or to rely on a guy for your own safety, you are putting yourself at risk. That is the only thing I've been saying. I didn't say it's not a man's responsibility. I didn't say it's only on women. It's not only on women. It is mainly on you to keep yourself safe. That is your responsibility. It is. I'll tell you another one that's your responsibility. Don't get pregnant. It's 100% on you.
Ooh. It's not 100%.
It is, though. Because if you're relying on a guy to be there, through thick and thin.
No, you should say parenting versus pregnant.
Parenting.
Yeah.
Parenting.
Yeah.
If you're relying on a guy to be a good spouse for you.
Oh, that's a good one right there. Parenting versus pregnancy.
Those things sometimes work out and they sometimes don't. You are taking a risk. You're taking a gamble.
Yeah.
But I'm like, your reproductive organs.
That's all on you.
They're your responsibility.
Damn.
He bust inside of me and he lied. Like, yeah, it's lie, yo.
Yeah. To get what they want.
It's lie, yo. Damn. Like they lie.
It's not right.
It's not right.
But they got what they wanted.
But it happens often.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like you just gotta let dudes be dudes. I'm like, no, you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta make yourself that priority. You gotta be steadfast on your protection. You gotta make sure they know. It's 100%.
Yeah.
This is why we're saying we choose a bear. We've agreed with you with the bear. We've never once argued to not take the bear. We understood from the jump why you say take the bear.
Where you at?
Huh?
Where you at?
I'm down here.
Oh, you missed a lot.
Oh, whatever. I read all those. Just because a woman speaks to a person. Oh, she's in. No, I did not read that. Boogaloo hits the kind in the head towards the difference in directly to the man. Just because a woman speaks to a person she trusts in explicit terms is totally different from a creepy man saying trash things to random.
So you can get it.
We are only going to base off what Chaz answered. Right. We've all spoke the truth. Your 1 point is not the overall combo. She's not saying it makes sense. We've never said we were innocent or anything, leading to misconceptions they can't move past. You were saying if a group of people is steadfast in their ways, let it be focused on your own actions. Yeah, man. If I walk past a bunch of white people and they spit on me every day, I'm gonna either not walk that way or bring a fucking raincoat. Like, I'm gonna be like, today's gonna be different because I talked to them yesterday. They see all these things on the news. It's gonna be different. No, I'm gonna bring a brick in my hand and I'm gonna walk by And you're going to do the things you're supposed to do. You have those conversations. But at the same time, I'm going to protect myself. You still protect yourself. Chaz, that makes sense, but you didn't say that first. You said it's on you, women. Okay, I explained that, I think. Women should protect themselves, but we shouldn't just take it as it is what it is. It's mature as men. That's what we can do, dog. I agree. I don't think I've ever said it's not on men's responsibility. I don't believe I've said it's not up to men to protect women. We should be doing a better job protecting women. I'm saying women need to 100% protect yourself. It's on you to protect yourself. That is, I'm not making some shit up here.
Right.
It is on you to protect yourself.
Right.
Like this, like to refute, it's your responsibility to protect yourself is crazy to me. I go like, why would you even argue that? Like it is on you to protect yourself. And I'm not taking it off of men. Men are trash. So don't rely on men to protect you. Right. Don't. That's what I'm saying. Do not rely on men.
You know what another good analogy is by saying, hey, you should protect your body. You should protect your body by eating healthy. And me and Chaz like, yeah, we should protect our body. We're going to eat nothing but salads and fruits and vegetables. And you see these young kids like, hey, man, y'all should protect your body. Protect your body. Eat vegetables and fruit. They're like, man, we eating cookies and candy and they keep losing weight. It was like, gosh, man, why would they listen to us? Why do they listen to us and we over here suffering? It's like, hey, come on, man, do what we doing so we can lose weight. Like, nigga, we losing weight.
Saying it's up to you to protect ourselves goes without saying, though. We clearly know that the question is what to do about the source of the problem. What's finally being done this is what's finally happening in this Me Too era. More men need to speak up. More men need to start making changes. These things are finally starting to happen. You have way more men allies than ever before. It is not enough, right? It is still 100% to protect yourself. All these things are happening, but they're going very slow. And we know this, as far as even racism goes, when people get quiet, things get sneakier. So it's not like, okay, great, let's let our guard down. It's like, no, you always got to be on high alert. You always got to be on high alert. There's a different, and what I'm saying about the different mentality is that there's a different way that men look at women for sure. There's a different way that I'm going to look at my daughter, that I look at my mom, that I look at my wife, that I look at some girl on the street. Everybody gets a different place. You know, I don't look at all women the same. My relation to them, of course, means a huge difference, right? But I'm not going to have the same amount of respect that I have for a woman than I have for my wife on some chick I meet on the street. It's like, it's not like that. I'm going to be like, you see her? Do that. God damn, don't you see that?
Yeah.
Hey, look. We do that.
We even do it. Look, we do it just like this. Like.
I've been with complete strangers around walking by like, we do that. That is a very much a thing.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing compared to somebody being a sexual predator. Different thing. They're out there.
Yeah.
And we know this. And we know why you choose the bear. We agree.
Yeah.
No one's argued that. It's trash. We agree. No one argues that. But it is what it is. It's trash.
This is Magneto.
Saying it's up to Magneto might be one of my favorite villains. Mine too, Spicy Doom, not to Magneto, probably one. Sorry for the intensity, y'all. I had a lot to say when I saw the Body Locks podcast. No, man, these are conversations that need to be held. These are conversations that don't get held enough. Like, for real. The conversations that get swept under or somebody gets angry, upset. I'm not beefing with women by any means. I 100%, and I hope that comes across, is that I agree with y'all. I know why you guys have been an endangered species.
Yeah.
You guys are always attacked. Women go through way more struggles than men in a day. We know that. You're always on a case of something happening to you. We know that. We know that. But my thing becomes like, oh man, guys have to get better. Yeah, but it's not happening. Like this is the slowest progression. This is of men getting better.
Right.
So it's like, stop relying on men getting better. Stop being like, hey man, you guys got to do, like, yeah, dudes are going to be who they are. In that meantime, if they do or do not evolve, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all we're saying. I'm totally love having these combos. I missed that Body Lock episode. Are we all in agreement now? Are we all in agreement? Do we all love each other again? Are we all happy and in love with each other again? I feel like that was good, healthy combos. Lack, what do you think?
Deanna argued on Body Locks. No,
Deanna argued what?
I argued on Body Locks. I was saying, in all documentaries, you can I hear it. Mm-hmm. In all documentaries, you can shift the narrative of who's the villain of this scenario. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the people that was posting their content was saying, the bear, the bear, the bear, the bear, the bear, the bear. And I was like
they stacked the deck.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it could have been a bunch of people saying, the man. It's like, we're not using those. We got to prove a point here. Mm-hmm. And that was my argument. And I was like, it wasn't like they was like, hey, let me keep recording. It was jump cuts, the bear, the bear, the bear. And I was like, I can't. I was more arguing like, I don't like the edit.
Yeah. You said you can speak logical to a man.
I did. Like if
you can.
Well, I'm is a girl. As in like I was saying as in like, hey sir.
But you're saying that we speak the same language.
No. As if I was a girl.
Right. Speak, but understand, as a woman, speaking logical to men don't.
I'm not even saying as a man. What I'm saying is, as if they were just walking towards us, you can say to the bear, "Hey, please don't eat me." Like, I'm sorry, I have to. I haven't
eaten days.
Right. For a guy, you can be like, "Hey, who are you? I'm lost too." He's like, "Are you about to attack me?" Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. You can talk to the guy.
There's that side.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the gamble, right?
Right. But even if you say it to a bear, if the bear is like, "Listen, I'm scared," he don't know. You don't know what the bear is saying.
Right. But the underlying fear for women is just like, if this guy is, because I don't know. You're 50-50 chance he's a good guy, 50 chance he's some horrible guy who's gonna chain me to the bed and make me his sex slave. They go like, let's just get this mess over with now. This is why they're choosing the bear, because they're not going to choose a fate of a horrible punishment. Right. It's like, let's get this over with.
But why? Granted, the bear won't attack you, won't eat you. What if the bear just mauls you around across your stomach? You're going to slowly die. You're going to.
Oh, is that why Moyo said 15 minutes for the slow death?
It's like, yes, rape is 100% bad. Mm-hmm. But a slow death to you. You ever seen an animal being attacked by a lion and you're sitting there like this?
They just be like, I accept it.
It was like, man, he's eating my leg.
I feel so bad for them.
It was like, dude, die. They don't bite his neck. They was like, I like it fresh.
Boogaloo says, and also said in the podcast, doesn't matter what you say to a guy who wants to grab your butt, they'll do it anyways. That's a fact. That's a fact. If a guy wants to grab your butt, he's going to grab your butt. He's going to do that if he wants to. That's a fact. If the guy will hurt you, there's still nothing you can do. Also a fact. All you can do is fight back. If he's going to do this, he's going to do this. That's a fact. I'm sure people tried to talk to the rapist. I'm sure they did too. Dude, like back on this sad face.
What?
Dude, like back on this sad face. But you guys understand, Deion's not wrong in his thinking. Like, he's not wrong in his thinking. I understand what Deion is saying.
Because a bear, you can say, "Bear, don't attack me." All you hear is this, he's like, I don't know what you, where the bear's like, what are you saying? Like, oh, he might piece.
And here's what I do. I understand what Deion is saying, and I walk over to the woman's side, and I put myself over here, and I understand what women are saying. I understand why women choose the bear. I go like, I fully understand, and I get that. I'm not shocked. I'm not like, oh, why would you not choose men? I go like, I get that, because more than likely a woman's been assaulted by somebody who's not only some stranger, but somebody who's supposed to love them. The risk factor is even higher.
Right.
And you would choose a slow death over a very, very long torture over the years. What I'm saying is, women, come over on the guy side. When we talk about mentalities, I would take a walk over there and be like, let me see it from her point of view. You need to come over here. Don't stay in your spot and being like, that doesn't make sense. We don't get that. That doesn't make sense. That's not fair. Fuck all that. Come over here, and you have to go, as a guy, do I understand this?
And also, we are two men. If I tell you I don't trust you around my food, and I don't know why I said food. I could have said my child. If I don't trust you around my food, let's keep it at that. Would you feel like, why not? Mm-hmm. I don't trust women in the kitchen, man. I'm sorry. That's just me personally. I like to eat out. I like to go to like Taco Bell, Arby's, but I don't like I don't like women around my food. You be like, I'd rather eat at Yoshinoya or Arby's than have a woman in the kitchen. immediately you're gonna be like, I'm a part of this species. Why? And it's like, the thing is, I can sue the company. I can't sue a woman in the kitchen. I don't know what you got in those spices. We have to, you got to be like, you can't be like, all right, I get it. I get it. It's like, listen,
you're going to want to defend your like, hey, I'm not a bad
guy. So if I told you, listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all some chef women. Y'all can cook and throw down in the kitchen, but I'd much rather have Arby's and Yoshinoya and Taco Bell, because if something goes wrong, I can sue that company.
Yeah.
When it comes to you, I just might die, man, because you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've seen movies. I had bad histories with food poisoning, and it's like I'm going to defend to see why not. What am I doing wrong? Should you start eating clean, or I'm trying to figure out a way to.
Dion is speaking from the male perspective of a rational man. From the perspective of a rational man, you wouldn't even need to talk You wouldn't even need to talk a rational man out of anything. I tried to go over to the white people's side to see their perspective once. It wasn't worth it. If you're talking about race again, then you're talking about all white folks, correct? Is that like all white people are inherently racist, or all white people want slavery? I don't think that's true. And we're talking about a majority. She said, "I am."
I think CDM is a guy.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know what that acronym is.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Chimney.
I am a guy. Yeah, my bad. You said that earlier.
I'm a boy.
Yeah. You know, there's never been a time where I go like, I see why white people enslave black people. That's just extremely illogical. I do see why women don't trust men.
You don't see why white people enslave black people?
I mean, I know why they did it.
Right.
But we're talking about in a rational sense. There's not a side where I go like, okay, I agree. I see why you
It's 100% profit. What you mean you don't understand? You
understand why there's slavery, but it's not like I can go over there and I go like, I see you guys' point.
I can. It's 100% profit.
You're saying a different thing than I'm saying. We're talking about in a moral sense.
As in why enslave people?
Not why for the money dollar sign, but we're talking about in a moral sense. Right.
Because they never looked at us as equal.
Right. But I'm not saying, it's not like I go and like we're talking about why did enslave. We're talking about if white people today who are racist. If there's a white person today who is racist, not why they enslave somebody.
Right.
If there's a white person today who is racist, you go over on that side and I can't see why you're racist. Right? I can see why people grabbed slaves and came over here. We're talking about a modern day 2024.
You don't understand
racist.
why people are so racist.
2024 racist?
I can tell you several reasons
why. Tell me why.
Imagine why people are racist today. For one, generational things that has been told that
they've been taught.
Yeah, taught. The algorithms of life, they only see the negative perspective of black people.
Right.
They've only seen Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. Those images of black people are crazy. When you watch Fox News, they only see criminals. When your news media is only pumping the negative, I'm afraid of black people. It's a lot. I'm sure there's a poll, and if you go to the United States, they've never met a black person before. In a lot of those flyover states, they've never seen black people. And if you only saw negative things to black people, I'm afraid.
Right.
Have you ever seen a lion in person?
At a zoo.
Behind the bars.
Behind bars.
But if you seen one walking down the street and somebody say, no, he's cool. He's very cool. You be like, I'm still afraid. From what I heard and what I saw, right. I know what this thing is capable of.
Right.
That's how they look at a lot of black people.
Sure.
I'm scared of this thing.
Sure. There's also...
Hold on. Hold it. Okay. Imagine this lion all of a sudden starts talking to you very politically. This lion becomes the president.
Okay.
And it's like, wait a second. I used to own this. And it's like, how is this possible? It was like, how did y'all let this happen? How did y'all let this animal get in the White House?
Right. Okay.
So it's like I'm afraid of what's about to happen. Now it's about to be a whole bunch of animals taking over and taking our jobs.
Yeah. I think there's access to too much information.
Oh my God.
There is.
Sure.
There is access to so many things. You can Google good black guy. Not bad black guys.
If we Google the same thing right now, right next to each other, I promise we have different things.
Let's see. What are you gonna Google?
Good black guy, right? Because the internet goes they figure out your sort of your algorithm. Good black man. That exact word.
All right. You put good black man.
Hold on, what you?
I put good black guy.
Good black guy, and when I'm press enter, we're gonna show it to the camera, right?
Okay.
Oh, I'm on airplane mode.
This goddamn phone. Hold on. This is Android BS.
I'm on airplane mode.
Okay. Airplane mode. Why are you in airplane mode?
For the kids. See?
What Google are you on?
I don't even know why a white girl showed up. See? Show them, look.
But what do you see?
I see Idris Elba.
Great.
I don't even know why that person's there. Like we got different internet searches.
Sure. Okay. Mine's,
there it is.
Okay, so mine's down here.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so great. How has your experience been finding a good black man? 150 handsome black men ideas. We can go to images. 50 hottest black men of rank. They're just black men, right? 150 handsome black man pictures. Here are all these pictures of black men.
But what I'm saying, my search is different than yours.
Our search is exactly the same. Only thing mine came up was an ad. It was videos first. From where we start from the search is exactly the same. Mine just has videos that came up on top.
Okay.
Right?
Some funny black jokes.
So I'm like this. I go like, there's way too much information for people to go unless you live in a place where you're just not allowed to. There's too much music. There's too much influence. People who live in the Obama era can literally see. Sure, he's a monkey, but he's not evil, right? Yeah. This is a black father.
Right.
You can say whatever you want, but you're not going to be like, oh, all blacks are evil. It's already disproven from the biggest source.
Yeah.
I go like, we're not going to do that. So now if you tell me a white dude is racist, I already go to it's some kind of inferiority complex. 100% is what I go. I was like, well, this is a inferiority complex that you have that you're not as supreme of a race as you think you are, and you need to keep other races down to ensure that you guys are the quote unquote supreme race.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing where you go because of this, because of that. I go like that. There's not enough evidence for you to go, this is why I hate black people, because they all, which is not true. And we know that. You know what I mean? I go like, we can already disprove all the reasons there are to hate a nation of people. Do
you feel like you racist at all?
Racist?
Yeah.
Prejudice?
Yeah. Prejudging.
I judge on different things.
Like.
I used to judge a lot more on face tattoos. It's very the norm now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You
prejudge somebody because of what they look like, right?
Sure.
If you see a Mexican man on the highway selling peanuts, oranges, and flowers, that's not a problem, right?
Immigrant.
Right.
Get him back to his country.
Right. But here's the thing.
He's illegal. Right.
But if you see the same guy, black, would you be like,
criminal?
Where'd you get these? What Mexican man did you rob to get this stuff? You're already prejudging them.
I think it depends on where you are, because here, you know, I see a lot more Latinos selling stuff. But in Chicago, it was very different. It was a lot of young black kids out selling stuff. I was in somewhere in South Central, and I saw young black kids selling stuff. So I just think it's where you are, what's around. People are going to hustle. Yeah. Yeah, hustle's going to hustle. When you see all them dudes outside selling shirts in somebody's concert. Yeah. What these niggas get all these shirts from? All those Obama shirts that came out of nowhere. Yeah. Y'all hit that. Y'all hit that boom button, tall button. People are taught division and just my privilege to the point where they are concerned to believe that a threat to them physically and or economically. I'd rather be in the forest with a black person. It's going to end up being a funny combo while we here. Chicago stand up. Chi-Town. Love Chi-Town. All right, y'all.
Yeah, we out of here, dude. Let's get out. We did 2 hours. I don't know if you're going to break this one up.
I don't know. We'll see. The whole combo alone.
Part 1, part 2.
For sure. I might just make it on another episode because you do a whole bear verse. What? Bear of the man? What's the?
Good job. I'm about to say Boom Shakalaka.
You remember him? I heard he died.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why it makes like I had a relationship with him.
But still.
He was everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways. All right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Thank y'all. If you're watching live, you're watching on Lactose ENT, appreciate y'all. If you are watching on the YouTube, then not the live, you're watching on my channel.
Zip it up and zip it out.
Hilarious. Okay, zip it up. Zippity doo dah. Bye-bye. Same special.
Hey, CMD Chime, thank you, man. Please follow me on Instagram, and I want to follow you back. You seem like you're a really cool dude.
Seem like you're a cool guy.
Are we not doing the intro?
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Lackaroni and Chaz.
No, check, please. Do you mind if I give them some more?
Yes, please.
A lot of laughs we're cooking up in this podcast. Typing XD is high key, the live stream. They're mostly positive conversations, except we tend to get darker than elbows and Wesley. We're mostly positive conversations, except we tend to get darker than elbows and Wesley.
We're done. We're done.
Yep.
That's it.
If you ain't got it from now,
If you don't love me by now.
I messed up.
I messed up too on the beat. All right, y'all.
The way you looked up was like...